What's up? Audio issues. That's what we got, baby.
What you think about when you're born into a fire? Let them burn it out. Sell them to the richest buyer.
Well. I only do audio issues. Never let the truth fade away. This is bigger than ourselves. We won't let the world burn away. Burn away. We feel betrayed. We were raised to lose the race. Wake it through the back of the pack. Kill it anyway. To blame. God damn, the copycats coming from everywhere.
Like, share, copy link. There you go. Thank you. Amazing, Bug Girl. Bug Girl, how did you stand me for so long when I was a Trump supporter? You were always around. There's other people too, but Bug Girl, you've been around for a while. From Liberty Warrior, I don't know how you found me, but I used to see in Liberty Warrior's chat all the time when I was bugging him. Trying to argue with Liberty Warrior. Here we go.
Hey daddies, it's me, the Linda Binda from TikTok. I wanted to make this video because I wanted to thank you for watching.
Stephanie is
Cold
another
Beer
one.
Confessionals with
Michaela
Will
Robertson's
Burr.
another one.
I think that's just incredible. I've watched a few episodes and I'm just like very intrigued. But you know what I'm most intrigued in is Big Daddy's meat stick. I heard that it's very thick, like a good old German sausage. You know, Linda and her coochie loves that. Oh, never mind. Let's not go there. Anyways, I hope you have a good show and enjoy it as you can. There's a lot of weird things that go on, especially when it comes from the realm of Linda Bindaland. So, enjoy the show. Thanks for watching. Peace out.
Welcome, everybody. I am Will Bird, and this is the Cold Beer. Bert, hush. I can hear you, and they can't. So, thank you for joining us. I'm Will Bird. This is the Cold Beer Confessional. Thank you for hanging out with us. Appreciate it. Bert's still struggling, guys.
Get it done. I sign off now. I see there's people tuning in.
This was test 3.
Sound, it's muted. It's. Bye-bye.
He can't even finish his statement.
Get it done. I sign off now. I see there's people tuning in. No picture, no sound. It's muted. It's.
You found me through Brad Barton? That's crazy. Was it like people in the comments were saying like I was talking about him again? Because that used to happen a lot. Or did he actually mention me? Because he only mentioned me like twice ever. But people in the comments used to hop in there all the time and be like, that Cold Beer Confessional guy's talking about you.
So, test.
Oh my, his audio is so bad, dude.
It's perfect.
Comments, yeah.
So, give me just a second here.
Some people, believe it or not, found me from Patriot Street Fighter. That little, if you ever listen to my outro song, there's like a guy yelling like that I'm a bald-headed bitch and he won't even say my name, blah, blah. That's the Patriot Street Fighter, Scott McKay, having a meltdown on his show about me. Because basically, I called him out. He likes to have all this like military terminology, and he talks about it like it's a war, and he's the general, and the people below him are his soldiers, blah, blah, blah. And one thing he was doing was giving out this award to people who got banned off YouTube for violating their terms of service. And he called it the Patriot Street Fighter Purple Heart Award. And I'm like, fuck you. Like, you're going to take the Purple Heart. We all know what the fuck that means. And you're going to give it to people who can't follow terms of service. Like, I got into a big fight with him on Twitter before he lost his account. And then on YouTube videos back and forth. And then he had a fucking meltdown show where he talked about me for like an hour and a half. I think you came with a channel. I bought it off some Somalian scammer from Minnesota, and it came with like 5 subscribers. I think Bug Dude came with the channel.
I think I'll increase it right there. Let's see. When you turn your head, it breaks up.
It's the wiring in your neck. When you turn your head, it breaks up.
Let's see if we fixed it now. Is it still breaking up when I turn my head, or is it okay? I'll just lower the threshold a little bit. Continuously talk for a while, says someone, Christine. I thought I had all this worked out today, folks. I'm telling you right now. There's a reason why I stayed up all night last night just a tad bit.
And you still didn't fix it.
Just a tad, but I can understand you. Just a tad of what? It's shouldn't be doing that. I'm going to change one of these things here and see if that makes any difference. Yes, now when I turn my head now, is it better? I just need to stay.
That guy that Brad's partnered with literally just got out of jail for two separate crypto scams. One was called Driftcoin, and it had this big kickoff over in Europe where they had a bunch of drift car drivers driving around the city, blah, 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 and launched a coin. And the other one had to do with soccer or football because it's in Europe. And it was basically like you could buy these crypto coins that had something to do with like the football league, and then you could donate them to your team, and then that made the teams go up higher or lower. But all of that was just to get you to buy it so they could rug pull it. It's 100% a rug pull. And the people that are going to pull the rug are not Brad and Phil and his followers. They're going to get pulled on.
Back here, like you guys are saying, it's getting out. That's a compression issue, and I think I know what causes it.
If you know what causes it, fix it.
So if that increased, if that made it better, let me know.
It didn't.
And what can I do here? I'll just see if that does any difference. That would be directed at if it's doing any better.
This is unwatchable. And I understand it's TV studio quality production that you can't appreciate on your cell phone, but this audio is unwatchable.
Nancy Granny, I had told you the other night, I thought it was your mic noise, but you said it wasn't. It's not the microphone. It's this thing called OBS. Okay, it's not the mic. How do I know it's not the mic? I tested the mic. If the mic works live, you're speaking. It's not the mic. Your song was okay until right before you came on. Okay, that was a problem.
It's OBS. Well, why don't you just turn off all the compression and everything? Why don't you just have a straight mic? If it's one of the one of the effects you're putting on your mic, just turn them all off.
I fixed that. I appreciate that. That was my
thank you, bug girl.
Having a setting correct. Let's see what's going on here. Still choppy. Still breaking up. Kiss my ass. Oh, man.
Yes, Phil jumped on the jiggle thing, and he's getting his audience to invest in it as well.
I did a test. I ran a 15-minute test, and it was great the whole time. Yeah, the mic is 100%. It's this program called OBS. I had to reinstall OBS, and it didn't reinstall properly, so I reinstalled it again today.
OBS is like, okay, there's a lot of things to learn about it, but installation is not one of them. It has an installer. Like you download it, and then it pops up and it says, do you want to install OBS? You click yes, it does its thing, then it pops up. And the installation is not one of them. That's hard to figure out.
I'm able to unplug and plug back in live. Let me see here. Thank you, I got it.
Yes, so the hardest thing about scamming Phil and Brad's audience will be just getting them crypto wallets. That's why they're saying like, oh, as long as we're closing this on December 31st or whatever, January 6th, whatever they're saying. But they got to build this sense of urgency. But if you start working with us before that, we'll let you go. That's not how real investments work. Like if there's a window to get an investment, they're not going to be like, oh, well, you started talking to us 2 weeks before it closed, and just because you couldn't, blah, blah, blah. They don't care about that. The deadline is just to create this urgency so you don't have time to think it over fully. So you don't have time to call an accountant or your friend or a lawyer or blah, blah, blah. They just need to create this artificial pressure that makes you feel like you're going to miss out if you don't get it, right? But then they'll say, oh, well, people are panicking thinking they won't be able to get, a crypto wallet in time because there's like these approval periods and blah, blah, blah. As long as you start the deal, we're going to honor it. As long as you, bullshit. Yeah, they might extend it 10, 15 times. Who the fuck knows? Depends on how much money they can get.
I'm going to go look at your chat and see what everybody's fighting about first. And then I'm going to see if this gets any better as we go along. Everybody's in here fussing and fussing. I want to see what it's all about. Sorry, it took so long.
That's how audio issues work. They just wear in, right? It's kind of like a noisy bearing. Eventually, it'll clearance itself.
Cottonmouth likes to come at me with, you know what time it is. Listen, you guys, I'm going to stop telling you what time I'm coming on. Okay? I'm going to stop telling you. I'm just going to come on whenever the hell I want to. And if you guys you can, not even watch the replay. I've told you guys 100 times. I'm one guy. And when I have technical problems, I can't just come on thinking that the problems are going up. I mean, I've got to fix it.
I'm 10 guys, so I'm actually several raccoons in a trench coat.
First. So if you guys want to sit and criticize me all the time, damn. You know what, Cop Mom? You're out. I'm done. I'm cutting you off the show.
Oh, thank you, but girl, that was sweet. I appreciate it.
You know, you're out. Who else am I going to kick out tonight? Thank you.
Get him, Bert.
Yeah, that's it, Cop Mom. You're done. Do me a favor and kiss my ass. She's out.
What is the point of this computer back here? Like, it's just on the screensaver. I will tell you a really cool streaming setup that I fucking love. It's a guy named Jesse with Pod Awful. And basically he's got a point to zoom camera. Okay. So he's got a camera that shows his studio and he's got a bunch of cool backdrops and stuff. And it looks like mechanical, blah, 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 whatever. He's got a point to zoom camera, a PTZ camera. So let's say it's showing his whole studio and him. When he wants to zoom in on his face and like, you know, make a joke or whatever, he can zoom in on his face. Plus he has a screen over to the side that constantly has a chat on it. So he'll do like a bit or something. He'll be like, let's check in and see what the chat's saying. So he can zoom into that TV that just has a chat on it instead of having the chat like actually on the screen. Then he'll zoom back out. Then he has two other TVs right here beside him on the other side. And whatever video he's playing, he's watching it on his screen, but it's also right here. So you feel like it's almost like being in the room with them. And I'll just show you. Hold on. I love his setup. Like if I could have any studio, I like his show. I like his setup. I like everything about it. Let's see. This is from 2 months ago.
Movie.
All right. So I like his backdrop. I like the mechanical stuff. I like this fan. I like everything about it.
It's crazy. We released the trailer to it. Man,
I don't know if he still uses the point to zoom camera stuff. Oh, yeah, he does. He's fixing to show something on the screen. So watch this.
as
All right, so he changed cameras.
Everybody who's been noticing my generational run.
So see how he's got the chat here and another screen here? He changed cameras, and you can see that, but he's got OBS set up here.
People in the chat room right now, they're saying, Revenge of the Sith? I mean, Star Wars. Congrats on your generational run, Jesse. Thank you so much.
I want a PTZ camera. It's just the ones that are really nice, like the 4K streaming ones, are super expensive. Like the camera you're watching me on right now is like fucking, I think when I bought it for like $600. A PTZ camera, like the good ones, start at like fucking, I don't know, like 2,000. I want to try one of the cheap Chinese knockoff ones, but I'm afraid it'll just be shit for like $500 or $600, and then, you know, I wasted my money.
Tom Gully in chat says, as generational runs go.
I want to show you where he like
show though.
Where he does the point. Okay.
Yep.
So see how he's got this pulled up on the side of his screen? I'm not positive, but what he usually does is he'll make the camera swing that way. So watch this.
Other night, Mersh was on.
This is something he wants to show.
He was really on a.
See the camera move?
He was on a. He was really feeling his oats during this moment. Now
that's cool. It's almost like he's got it on a dolly now. It used to be just PTZ, but it looks like it's on a dolly moving now as well as PTZ. But that's cool. I feel like I'm in the studio, like hanging out with him.
Run.
Oh my gosh, a penetrational run, if you will.
He didn't. This is the first time I've ever seen the dolly. Let me go back to one of his older shows. Before he had, I've never seen him use the dolly before, but that's cool too.
Okay, all right, yeah. Let me here I'll change back sort of the
I want to see him move the camera.
there. Mersh has this captive audience of women who give him pittances, these tiny little allowances each week to continue stealing cats.
Well, maybe he doesn't move the camera in this one.
Throwing them out into the highway
he doesn't.
in front of his house and becoming.
It doesn't matter. You understand what I'm saying. That's the first time I've ever seen him use like the dolly like that. That was pretty cool. But you could still tell the camera like dipped and moved. So it's still PTZ on a dolly, a motorized dolly, which was cool. Either way, I would like to copy that guy's setup. It's pretty fucking sweet. The green screen is super convenient, and like I can put the chat behind me and I can have stuff behind me. But if I could set it up, like if I had an unlimited budget or whatever, I would have like a badass studio with like the chat on the fucking wall. I've even thought about I've got a projector here, like putting the chat up on the wall with a projector, like having a giant chat behind me, and then like a backdrop in studio.
Everybody's a critic. Snazzy Granny too. Come on.
Poor Etsuko, when she was here from Japan, I just made her sit on the other side of the monitors because I don't have a setup to do like in-person interviews. So I just made her sit over there and stuck a camera towards her.
You guys don't know how to do a podcast. I can't get it right. And you guys are going to tell me how to do it.
Oh, you're not podcasters, you fucking losers.
Come on. You guys don't know how to do a podcast. I can't get it right. And you guys are going to tell me how to do it. It's unbelievable. I'm going to end up deleting this show anyway because it's breaking.
You guys don't know how to do a podcast. You're telling me how to do a podcast? Get out of here.
Yeah, now suggested that we kick top mine out. Don't worry, BF.
The one good thing is the monitors are just like, I like my camera to be about eye level, which is actually a little bit above. It's probably, my camera lens is probably about right here. But because of that, I have to have my monitors lower. So when I do interview someone, we're setting, like I'm looking them straight in the eyes, like I'm talking to them. They're just on the other side of my monitor. They probably can't see like my mouth down, but we can see each other's eyes. So it does seem like genuine, like we're actually talking to each other, not like we're talking to a fucking wall. I've never done a podcast, but all my microphones work. Bert, call me. I got a guy for you, an audio guy. His name's Michaela Robertson.
Snazzy? I'm seeing a lot of negativity from you, and I haven't read halfway down yet. If it keeps going, you're going to be next.
Snazzy Granny, you're out of here.
Hey, Cam, 1956 for sticking up for me.
Snazz this ass.
BF McDowell is saying it's a good thing he's not a moderator. Well, BF, if you're interested in the job, it's yours.
BF McDowell, you can be a moderator.
Snazzy Granny, you have always been a negative person.
Bert doesn't know that BF McDowell is one of you guys. He has no idea. BF McDowell is playing the super long game. BF McDowell, I'm not going to say who it is and ruin it, but is somebody in my chat that has been a follower for years.
First of all, let me go back and check comments and see if you guys are seeing or hearing any better.
And they're going to be what Bert's top mod.
Did your headphones be messing up? There's a problem with OBS. How many times am I going to say it for you guys? I thought I fixed it. I did a bunch of tests. It's a good thing I bought a six-pack today when I went to the store. It looks like I'm going to need every one of them.
They're driving him to drinking. What the fuck? Good thing I brought a six-pack because I'm going to need 6 of them. Bert hate watches his own podcast.
Linus is saying, "Hey Louie, just an agitator asking about his lease, rent, all the other personal questions. Complete fake. Hey Louie has been on the chopping block for a long time. I'm not the only one that's rude. No, but you are one of the rude ones. Hey Louie, what the hell you call yourself?
Get out of here, Louie.
Linus complaining about you. He's one of the sweetest people.
We can't even listen to him, bitch. We can't even listen to him complain.
But you are one of the rude ones. Hey Louie, what the hell you call yourself? When I got somebody like Linus complaining about you, he's one of the sweetest people I know.
Yeah, honestly, Bert would benefit from a fucking green screen. I mean, if he knew how to work it, right? You need probably 3 really good lots that are kind of balanced, even if they're cheap. As long as they throw a lot of light in there, they don't have a bunch of hot spots. You know what I mean? Like even if you got to make a diffuser for them, and then just some green fabric. This is a green screen I bought, actually. I was going to say, up until maybe a year ago, I had just a green fabric from Walmart. Actually, I did a stream where I went to Walmart and bought it live with my cell phone, walking around. We went into Walmart and bought it. I had TTS on, and people were trying to get me thrown out of Walmart.
Stay straight on and talk directly to the mic. It's not the mic. It's the settings in OBS that are screwed up, and I thought I had them fixed. But I tried very quickly to fix the problem in order to be able to get on here and actually do a show. But I had to.
God damn. Bert's got those Trump hand bruises.
I tried very quickly to fix the problem.
You like your blood super thin too, Bert? What is that? Enhance. It took a second to pop up. What we got going on here, Bert? Did you miss a vein? Damn. Have a blowout?
In order to be able to get on here and actually do a show, but I had to restart my computers, both of them, and when I
He misspoke. He has a 35 IQ.
did, I lost all of the files, all of the video clips that I had set up. And I did all that yesterday. Last night. So this afternoon at 5:30, when I lost all those clips, I was still trying to fix the audio. When I did my last
Bert, have you thought about investing in Jiggle? That could solve all your problems right there.
my number 4 audio test, which I keep all live, and then hoping that you guys don't actually tune in, but I'm sure the haters out there did. While I'm got the light off, and I'm just trying to get the mic to work right. Problem is, I do the test and it works fine. And then
Bert, you know you can do the video unlisted, right? When I first started streaming, there's no telling how many unlisted videos I did. Stream to YouTube, stream to Rumble, stream to Facebook, stream to Instagram. Make it unlisted, and then you're the only person that, unless you send somebody the link, you'll be the only person there. Then you can watch it back. It's pretty easy.
I get here with you guys, and it's not working. Honestly, beside myself with it. Because what I'm going to have to do is I'm going to have to spend the rest of tonight.
I think it's funny. Bert talks about how dumb I am all the time, right? He's an idiot. I wouldn't give him the time of day. He doesn't know what he's talking about, blah, blah. And I'm like a fucking OBS savant. Like, he can't figure out how to make it fucking work.
Going live and getting off and going live and getting off. And the thing is, I only stay on for 10 minutes. It sounds flipping perfect until we get on here. So I don't know. We go back and read through this. When you turn, yeah, I've already read most of this.
You don't run a podcast. You're telling me how to run a podcast.
Snazzy Granny says, don't look at the chat, Bert. That's because they were bitching about you, Snazzy. Did I just enter junior high school classroom?
He's also always about 45 minutes behind the comments.
Looks like you guys are in there fighting with each other. I wasn't even here. Christine. I do have to say, when some have to work, I like to try and hop on and watch some 5 or 10 minutes, no biggie, but I can't stay. I'm sorry, I can't stay longer than I am. I'm only in Las Vegas, you guys. It's not even 8 o'clock yet for me. Okay, so I deleted Cop Mom, so I can't read her whatever it is y'all are complaining about.
Oh yeah, that when you start talking about like Bert doesn't even realize when you start talking about levels like Wings of Redemption or somewhere, like the people that hate him support him 100% financially.
I'm not sorry. I call them like I see them. Good for you, buddy. Yeah, you know, guys, if you're here for the conversation in the chat room, I'm sorry. You guys might want to just create a group at a certain time every night, and just watch my show whenever you have time to turn it on. I can't punch time clock right now. I just can't. And
Bro, you can't hall monitor the chat, okay? Just let it go. Just let it go. If it's relevant to you, fucking read it, go with it, do it, whatever. If it's not, just ignore it or say, I don't know what you're talking about. Move on.
if I go get a job, I'm really not going to be able to punch time clock. Yeah, because now I got to get way back down.
God forbid he get a job.
I go down and Wanda said this is no way to start a new bickering with everybody. I guess they came in here. Can't we all just get along? You sound better than the last few nights. Pickle Mom, Tamara, Huey, I heard yours yesterday. It sounded good. I know. Thank you. And then all of a sudden I just get here and it's not sounding good. I didn't even.
Oh my God.
I went and took a shower.
Wild.
Shaved and put on some clean clothes and came and sat here. It's like I never. Brent just said, keep on trucking. It sounds.
Even when it sounds good, when it's not cutting out, it sounds really bad. It sounds muffled. It sounds like he's in the inside of a microwave talking to us. And that's ignoring all the buzzing that he claims you can't hear unless you got super high dollar headphones on. Most people can't hear that buzz. Then they're fucking deaf because it's loud as hell.
Sounds good now. All right, so here we are. I was only chatting before you came on, but can't tolerate the negativity. I appreciate that. And I appreciate that you agree. I just don't have to admit it all. Alina says she agrees. I'm going to say this. All right?
Here we go.
One of the reasons that I lost a few listeners a year ago was because I said I was done with the bitchy church ladies. That I wasn't putting I played a video and had some swear words in it. And the next thing,
Look at that. What's he got going on there? Is that from shaking too many hands? That looks like melanoma. But what is that? Cat scratch fever?
you know, unfriending me. We've got a 3-year friendship and then decides to go join the other group that hates me and use everything she can possibly come up with to bash because I played a video with the F word in it.
We still can't even hear him complain.
And it wasn't even on my show. I played it on Facebook. I just shared it with a cat video. And that's what I'm up to here with the bitching and the moaning and the groaning. And if you're bitching and moaning and groaning, you're on your own. I'm not going to put up with it. So I'm with BF, and I'm with,
He's also got something on his fucking lip. Hold on.
and look like Tawana, all agreeing.
Bart, did you get in a fight?
Good.
Did someone beat up Bart? Now watch his next show will be how a bunch of Somalians try to jump him in a bar and he had to beat them all up. Look at that lip. See this little red area from here to here? Boop, boop. God damn. You need some of that Carolyn Levitt filler, Bart. Little touch up here, little wrinkle remover here, maybe there. The jowls, the bags, they're not doing it.
Listen, this is a new year, and I'm going to go in a little bit of a new direction.
Hell yeah.
I'm
Get it.
I don't want to die. So I'm going to try to have some fun on my shows from now on. Which means if I have to tell somebody to F off, I'm going to do it.
Get it. Let's do it.
Uh,
I'm with you. Hashtag same team, Will and Bart.
And I'm glad that BF McDowell was here because you sent a message saying that you weren't gonna be watching. So I have got to sit down and figure out this. I'll sit down tonight. I promise you guys. I'll work on this all dadgum night. I'm gonna go watch my Buccaneers play football tomorrow. If it kills, I have any money. No, whoever that was that wanted to know, I think I kicked him out of the room. Did not. I have not. I just barely got the website page yesterday. Or not this morning. And the people that run the software company, the
Did not pay his rent.
device I'm using, the most expensive part of the show, they are corporate.
Shane disappeared. He said that he was going to do this multi-part series exposing me and how horrible I was and something. And he kind of made a video, and then he got a lot of backlash in it. And then he tried to like update that video. He took it down. Then he made another one because I had a bunch of false claims in it. But even the second one he put up exposing me had more false claims in it. He left that one up, but he just disappeared.
And they're doing what I've been complaining about for the last 3 months. They took the whole damn holidays off. They didn't come back after Christmas. And then it's the same.
He was saying so he got mad because he was saying some really fucking racist shit about Muslims, basically. And I asked him to stop. And then the mods deleted his message. Then he come to yell at the mods and cuss them out. Then one of them kicked him. So he got mad. Then he went on like some type of tour to expose me. It didn't work.
It's Friday the 2nd, and they're not open today either. And they're not going to open until Monday. And so someone that I was talking to, they were trying to help me out.
I think it's probably still the video on his channel. Hold on. Shane 187 or something like that, isn't it? Because every time somebody new hates me, they always start sharing this video about how how I'm a scammer, and it's probably still on here. Let's see. Oh, wait, he's been uploading again. There it is. The Real Will Turd. I mean, Real Will Bird. Wayward Will Bird, Cold Beer Confessional exposed. So those are the two videos. One of them's 1 minute and 44 seconds. One of them's 7 minutes. That was me being exposed. It didn't work out. But it looks like he's been uploading again. 2 months ago. 6 months ago. 7 months ago. Yeah. The video he made about me was over 2 years ago. So he apparently come back at some point. But anyways, like anytime I get in an internet fight, like when I was going after Nick Alvear for being basically a slimy piece of shit, him and all of his buddies found it. And they're like, here it is. Look, he's already been exposed. They know all about him. Here it is. And it just keeps the same conspiracies about me just keep recirculating.
Do your stuff. So you just have to wait till Monday when you can text. And you guys know I keep saying this. I don't ever give up.
He just started saying like really fucked up shit about like towel head this, and it got to be too much. And someone's like, hey, I deleted your message. You can't say that. And he's like, what do you mean you fucking banned me? And obviously he wasn't banned. But what happens is when you time someone out, it deletes all their previous messages. It bans them for 1 second. And then it unbans them after that 1 second. But all their previous messages are gone. That's the way we control the, like if someone comes in here and drops the N-word or something, right? That's how he gets rid of them. So he come back and he's like, what do you mean you banned me? I've been blah, blah, blah. I don't know. Whatever. And then him and the mods were fighting, and the mod banned him. Then he went talking shit other places about the mods. And then he tried to like get me. He wanted me to do something, and I didn't. And then he made videos about me.
I don't ever give up. And sometimes that means I work damn near around the clock just to get these things to work for you guys. And then if I listen, I start the music. I say I'm coming on at 15. I start the music and I let it play 10 minutes minimum until there's enough people in the room that I can start a show and have people watching the show.
Yeah.
Otherwise, if there's only 3 or 4 people in the chat room and 20 or 30 or 40 people in the room,
10 minutes of music. Why not?
Videos and then the current news up front. So I try to wait till the room fills up. So those of you that are complaining that it's taking me too long to get on the air, maybe I should be the one complaining. Where the hell is everybody? Well, I know where everybody is. They're on freaking YouTube.
Most people left because of Trump. A lot of people left for other reasons or whatever. Some people like, I don't know. Some people are like way too needy. Like I expect me to be like their personal best friend. I don't mind having a friendship with like people that watch the show, but like we're not gonna fucking text all day. Like that's just not me. I don't text anybody all day.
YouTube demonetized me, so I'm not gonna go do my show. It was too patriotic.
And there has to be some type of power here. Like, not to say like I'm above you guys, but like this is my show. So like maybe at some point, I'm sure somebody in the chat's going to piss me off and I'll be like, hey, don't fucking say that. That's stupid or whatever. Like if you're the type of person that's just like, oh, well, you know, I guess Will doesn't like that and comes back, fine. If you're the type of person that's be like, oh, Will called me out and embarrassed me in front of everybody, I'm never coming back ever again, then this is probably not the show for you.
Christine says God doesn't give you anything you can't handle. Well, I've handled everything he gave me, but I wouldn't mind it if he...
I've yelled about most people in chat tonight. I've probably been like, that's fucking stupid. Don't say that. Or don't put that in my chat. And most of them know that's just me being like, hey, I don't want that in my chat. Some people take it super personal. Like he tried to embarrass me and ruin my reputation. And I'll never show my face again. I'm sorry. I'm not going to be that person.
Let up on the a little bit. A little tired. And my wound is healing, but it still looks infected. I think it's just...
That's right, Rob.
Graham says, I have noticed that the problem began about 10 to 12 minutes. The problem began what? Again, you guys, with full sentences, please.
Sometimes I'm just in a shitty mood. I can't. I know that. Sometimes I fucking snap off at people and I shouldn't, but oh well.
With me, write a sentence.
I'm the type of guy that forgets it by, in 30 minutes, I'm not even thinking about it anymore. Some people hold on to it. It kills Mariah that I can be so mad about something and we have like a big fucking argument. And like 20 minutes later, I'm like, well, what are you doing? What were you having for dinner? And she's still mad about it for like 3 days.
Can you teach people how to diagram a sentence in this room? Now,
that was true. I was told to respect him because he's older than me.
Periods. For God's sake, periods. Exclamation points if you can remember where that is on the keyboard. Oh, gosh.
Yeah, goddamn it.
I love
bubbly.
Give it to God. But you don't get to give it to God. You have to give God your effort. Tell him that you believe he's going to let you fix it. If you give it to God, here's what I would do. Let me know when you're ready. I'll be right here. Oh, gosh. Listen, Cameron Hughes says, I'm a teacher. I love diagramming. There's another teacher too, Edith. You guys do me a favor. Check out Lulu.
I've actually seen people do that. Desolate. I saw what you just wrote up. I've seen people do that before. I've never done it, but it does seem like a really cool project. Who did I saw somebody on YouTube do it, I think.
All right.
Oh my God. The buzzing's worse. Oh shit, that's bright as hell. Desolate.
So I want to get a update from
I didn't realize it'd be that bright.
Christine. You sound okay for me to go ahead and try to do a show? You think we can pull one off at this point? Because I'm done with English. I am. Cam says the breaking up begins at 10 or 12 minutes in. They started 10 or 12 minutes in. Okay, so 10 or 12 minutes in, not counting any of the music. And I'll explain this to you guys why. I've told you before. Picking up some, but okay. It's unbelievable. It's just unbelievable that it's still doing. I think that... Let me see something here. Come on.
Yeah, that's bright as fuck. I didn't expect it to be that bright.
Check 1, 2.
But I have seen YouTube videos of people doing it.
But I say it is. And I'm just making some quick changes here to see if it helps at all, but I don't think it's going to.
Oh, yeah. Fucking, and then, yes, I did expose Rob, Dr. Rob or whatever. But other people knew about that and weren't saying anything. Like other people who make videos, who like stream and do podcasts, knew about that and weren't saying shit about it. And then a bunch of people that used to be my fans but were mad at me at the time went to a bunch of other chats and they're like, "Oh, Will's just mad. He's jealous. He's just trying to stir drama." The dude forced his girlfriend's daughter and her friend, tried to coerce them to perform oral sex on him so he would give them money to buy their mom a Mother's Day gift. The dude's a disgusting fucking piece of shit. Whether you're mad at me or not. Are you fucking kidding me?
Trump for mayor says the mic's still coming in and out.
The police report lays it all out, and he pled guilty. His girlfriend's daughter, he took his girlfriend's daughter and her friend to Walmart. At Walmart, in his van, he told them to perform oral sex on him so he could give them money so they could buy their mothers a Mother's Day gift. Get the fuck out of here.
I don't want to do a show if it's doing that, you guys. I just don't. I'm not going to sit here and there's either she said she taught math for 36 and a half years. Well, then I don't guess you can help us with the English problem, with the people that be able to write the sentence. Everything in the word is misspelled except the first letter and last letter. I mean, it's every misspelled word. But if I have to sit down after reading something and write it out, got no shot at it. None. That's just the curse of being a...
He sent me, I don't know if I think I read it on air, but after that, he sent me a email saying that I ruined his life and he doesn't know. Yeah, I don't know what it's like to have people accuse him of stuff he didn't do. He couldn't believe that I'd expose him like that and not call and talk to him first. I'd never had talked to him in my fucking life, one-on-one. Like, I had seen him in streams. I'd probably even been on a panel at the same time that he was on a panel, but I've never talked to him one-on-one. This motherfucker is like, "Oh, I can't believe you wouldn't bring that up to me privately. You've ruined my life. I hope you're happy."
Dyslexic. I'm being dyslexic. I had to learn a long, long time ago. I learned in college, actually.
I personally think he came back under a different name and is probably still working with some of those other podcasters. He was their tech guy.
I was a high school student. Had I been exposed to this, but my family moved so often that my teachers had no idea what was doing me. They just thought I was a job. I went to 24 schools by the 10th grade. So I spent all my time arguing with teachers or in a fight with students. I went to office all the time.
I bet.
I had my own key to the office.
A rebel with a cause.
I don't know where the lands are today. I haven't heard from them, although they
Not even the lands are in chat?
post. Been right in there with B.F. McDowell and Linus defending me. I know that before in grade school. Okay, Robert is traveling back from Miami. Okay, another one of his long trips. So since I didn't have a diagnosis in grade school, the only thing that I was any good at coming up through junior high and high school was sports. I excelled in sports.
I bet.
Sports. And literally the coaches had to tell the teachers, "You got to pass. We need to keep them on the team." And I would get help from. I had cheerleaders doing the homework for me, all that stuff. And
all that stuff.
My sister.
Cheerleaders did my homework. Just cheerleaders. They got together in a cheerleader, like a slumber party. And after they had their pillow fight, they would do my homework as a group.
And nowadays, they can see traits in a person's behavior. We can test you. Being left-handed, being very artistic are the first two big signs that if you have a learning disability, it just turns out. And when I got in college, I had already served in the military, and I got in college, and I was very confident in myself because of my military bearing and all of that stuff, athleticism. And when I got in college to play football for the Giants in California, the Sequoias, the girl I was seeing, she said, "You're just way too smart to have bad grades. It doesn't make any sense." And she said, "I have a conversation with you. It's like, somebody who's asking me." So she took me into one of the professors and said, "You need to check this out for me." And he came back and said, "Yeah, that's what it is." And then they taught me how to study and how to handle it and how to deal with it. And suddenly I started doing straight A's. And that would have happened to me earlier when I was I'm left-handed. Oh, yes, I'm left-handed. I play golf right. That's funny. I'm left-handed and I play golf left-handed. I play guitar right-handed. And I'll tell you why I play guitar right-handed. I started out on drums and I played drums left-handed. And then anytime anywhere, I couldn't play anybody else's drums. I couldn't sit in with a band and jam with anybody because you got to turn the whole drum set every 20 minutes. And you got to take and most drummers don't want you to move their drums. They don't. And I was like, man, this is miserable because I was a very good drummer out in the United States.
I can't even hear. Can you even understand his story? Other than he was retarded in school?
I was in the marching band and played football at the same time. I was in the band department, the theater department, sports department, the AV department. I was everywhere. I was oxygen, as a friend of mine says. A friend of mine is a comedian. I'm oxygen. I'm everywhere. But when I realized I couldn't play with the drum set, I picked up guitar when I was about 16. I've been playing drums since I was about 7 or 8. Like, well, I'm going to play guitar right-handed, so I can play the guitar. And oddly enough, I'm also a marksman shooter, and I shoot pistol left-handed, but I shoot rifle right-handed. So I'm kind of ambidextrous in a lot of ways. I discovered
a marksman shooter.
It was very handy to have my rifle slung on my right arm, on my shoulder, and my pistol on my left hip, because I can take my rifle, bring it down, and go for my pistol here. Because I can still have the rifle in my hand. You see what I mean?
Such a badass, dude.
God bless you. that means that I can actually take Uber somewhere to go watch the Bucks play tomorrow. You want to say who you are, you can say that.
Hasn't paid his rent. Going to watch football tomorrow at the bar.
I don't call you guys. So you shoot that. Here's the deal with being left-handed and right eye dominant. You better check yourself for being right eye dominant, left eye dominant. But if you haven't ever done it, here's how you find out. Take your hands and make them like this. Put them up and look through.
Illuminati. Illuminati.
Your hands and close each eye. And whichever one is looking straight ahead, like this, that's your dominant eye. Well, my dominant eye is my right eye. So when I fire this, I have to fire it this way. But I have to bring it over to my left, to my right eye to target it. Instead of firing that. And so when you fire a rifle, you need to sight in that right eye. You can't lay your head over on the other side of the rifle. And but this hand is a lot more coordinated. It's a coordinated left hand because I'm left-handed, so that's why this will draw from the left. But
That's how the military teaches the same thing, eye dominance.
same thing when I'm batting, when I play baseball and softball. Left-handed, but I'm looking at the line with that dominant right. And left-handers are make really, really good baseball. So anyway, I haven't done a show tonight because I was afraid the sound was going to be so bad that it wasn't going to be worth keeping.
It is. I can't understand anything you're saying.
A donation. So probably my microphone is breaking up, but I guess the audio probably won't. If it's what I think it is, let's find out. You guys let me know. And you won't notice it. We've got really every fourth or fifth word. So just go like this. And you won't notice it. I'm sorry. I can't do nothing about it. I can't. I gotta just stop the show. Let's play this clip. And you guys let me know if it was breaking up at all. My dollar is on it's not going to be up. Which, however, I take that back. It is running through obedience. Well,
Yes, he was supposed to be shutting down because no one donated. He's got nothing else to do. He doesn't have a fucking job.
let's find out. So Mom Donnie, truth be told, said I'm right-handed, but I can do ping pong and baseball and tennis with both hands. Then you're ambidextrous. You might be right-handed as far as the way you write. When I was in school, as a kid, they kept taking pencils out of my left hand and my right. And finally, my mother stopped doing that. He's left-handed, and he's an artist. Because oh my God, when I was a kid, all I did was drawing. You guys have seen, I drew that. I wanted to be a cartoonist until I discovered flaws. And so after I discovered flaws, I said, well, I like to draw, but my mom always thought I was going to grow up to be an artist because she was an artist. I'm not a painter. But says I'm ambiguous. I'm ambidextrous. I'm ambiguous. I can do it with either hand, and I don't care. So Mom Donnie is now in charge of New York City. And New York City is about you. I'm like, I'm coming to it. If you did this to yourself, I'm not going to feel sorry for you. I was born across the river from you, across the F and Hudson. And my friend used to say, yeah, but you live across the F and Hudson. I'm going to try to clean that up this year a little bit. We try. Ruta, you're right. I handed the Romans in their right mind. My mother didn't want to take the pencil out of my hand and try to frame me up with it because she didn't want it to affect my ability to draw. I used to be able to sit down and draw anything. If I saw a picture of it, whether it was a photograph or a drawing or whatever, I could write perfectly by just block lettering and all that stuff. If I could see. Really, really strange. It's weird how
Good Lord, dude.
it comes about you. I loved it when I was a kid. That's all I wanted to do. And it was a good thing for me because we moved so much that I didn't have any friends. So sitting somewhere and just drawing.
No one can hear your stories, Bert.
So Mom Donnie is now the mayor. Let's listen to some of the stuff that he had to say. And you just kind of be your own judge of where you think this is going when it comes to New York City. Those poor people are for a world of hurt, in my opinion.
Compromise on housing costs. If your landlord does not responsibly steward your home, state government will step in.
And take
We will make sure that 311 violations are resolved and we will hold slumlords
The audio's even bad on the video, right?
and dangerous threats. We will draw the city corporate together. We will replace that projection of rugged individualism with the warmth of collectivism. All these zoning laws, all these rent controls, all these things.
Yes, the audio's even bad on the video. Oh, if you haven't, while we're on the topic of Mom Donnie, before I forget this video, if you haven't seen this yet, the MAGA folk are trying to show a clip of Mom Donnie and claiming that he did the same salute. Oh, I didn't mean to close that one. Hold on. That he did the same salute like Elon Musk did, you know, the Hitler-esque salute. And of course, they're playing like a very small clip of the thing. It's pretty silly, but let me go there first. Let's do this. I'll go there. Click this one. There you go.
So look, I really thought we were done with the Elon Musk H-Man salute because it almost
This is
happened a
Debunction
year ago,
Junction.
But conservatives just can't let it go. So let's go ahead and take another look. And the reason we're talking about it is because conservatives have taken this moment from Zoran Mamdani's swearing-in ceremony yesterday.
Look how soft and how gentle, and he waves at the end, right? It isn't this slamming your chest and then straight out like, Obviously.
where he puts his hand on his heart for almost 2 seconds, and then
They're trying to say, look, he did the same thing and no one's freaking out. He did the same thing Elon did.
to the crowd, and they've cut it down to just this arm gesture, and they're trying to act like it's the same thing. But let's go ahead and dig in a little deeper. And of course, this is the OG salute guy, and as you can see, it's not a smiling wave. This is an angry hit to the chest, and then a palm down snap out with the right arm. Anyone notice the similarity here? He's angry, he slams his hand to his chest, and then he goes palm down, palm down. That seems to be
He hardcore hit that on purpose. He's even biting his bottom lip.
very similar there. And to take that even further, this is a racist white supremacist group called the Blood Tribe who actually worships the H-Man. And if we take their salute and put it right next to the H-Man's, let's see what we get. Yep, here they are side by side, and you can see it's a dead-on match. Slap to the chest, palm down, slap to the chest, palm down. We'll play it a few more times for you just so you can sink in. That timing and the anger is exactly the same. Now let's take a look at this salute from American History X, where Hollywood wanted to mimic the white supremacist salute. You can see the same slap to the chest, palm down, slap to the chest, palm down. Now let's compare that.
It would be ridiculous if we said no one could ever raise their arm like this. Yes, that would be ridiculous. That would be the caricature that Republicans or MAGA think that we're doing. Like anybody that raises their arm, if they're a Republican, then it's a Nazi. No. He slaps his chest, throws it up. He's even biting on his bottom lip, guys. Holy fuck.
The H-Man. And here they are side by side. H-Man on top, American History X on the bottom. Same slap to the chest, arm out, slap to the chest, arm out. I'll play this for you a few more times. Just let it sink in, MAGA. And then finally, here we go. H-Man on top, Elon Musk on bottom. You can see same slap to the chest, arm out, angry face, palm down. It's the same thing. I'm going to let this play on for so long. I need MAGA to really soak this in and see that this is the same. We saw what we saw, and Zoran Mamdani is not the same, or none of the other stuff that you put up is the same. This is what we saw and what we thought it was. So look, I really thought we were done with the Elon Musk.
So that's the new thing. You'll see it all over Twitter right now. People saying, look, they're not saying he's a Nazi. How come? Like
buildings with all this 5 years from now we're here. And so what they can do anybody they want. It's going to be first bad landlords that kind of
dude, they're breaking down. I don't know if you guys saw the press conference they had about the Minnesota fraud. They're breaking down everybody's rings and glasses and the clothing they're wearing and how much it cost.
they come in and they just come in and basically control it. And that's what communists always do, is set the precedent so readers can be well. So I would he said, I'm coming to property, and I'm a lawyer, I wasn't going to do that again.
I've always struggled with that word, caricature. I try to put like an extra C or something in there, like really bad.
Figure. He would be a descendant of Muhammad, unparalleled, unequal leader. He would come out of a he would take control of the world.
Yeah, we can't even hear the videos, Bert.
We love all people on earth.
Is maybe right. And I apologize. I respect your time. I respect the fact that you come see the show. I'm miserably unhappy about the fact that I can't get this working out. It just happens to be
I can tell.
holidays, and corporate America doesn't give a damn.
Yeah, Nick Shirley's parents committed fucking fraud and ran a bunch of gyms out of business.
About customers taking their extra time off. Tech support is supposed to be there for you. I think tech support can help me with this problem.
Ambulance.
It's OBS related.
I could say that one.
OBS.
Fine.
Do is go to and find tutorials, which is what I've spent the last 2 nights doing, watching YouTube tutorials. And then what I have to do is
Watching YouTube tutorials. Well, at least he's trying, I guess.
on this computer, implementing whatever it is they're showing me. Then I have to go live and see if it worked. The problem is, one of you said that you tuned in and watched my guest today, and it sounded great. I really did. Snazzy says, "We love you, Bert. I'm so sorry for all you." Well, thank you. I'm trying to be a little bit nicer. You almost got kicked out of here tonight.
I think it might have something to do with his processing power, right? I think that the fact that the microphone works fine, then when he's putting out a live broadcast, especially when his computer's been on for a while and he's got shit running in the background.
When I got people like Linus and BF McDowell asking me to print it out, I want you to be part of that team, please. TruthBeat wants to know how much internet and RAM. I've checked all that. That's not RAM. My internet is running at 750 up and 750 down. When I was at my other apartment, I had way worse internet. My internet is running at 700. TruthBeat wants to know how much internet and RAM. I've checked all that. That's not RAM. My internet is running at 750 up and 750 down. When I was at my other apartment, I had way worse internet. I had the T-Mobile stuff. That T-Mobile stuff was horrible, and it was running up with like 12 or 14 uploads, which the uploads you really need to get your stream out.
That's right. I spit in it.
The T-Mobile people, I don't know how much
Sometimes I spit in mine before I connect my XLR cables.
I don't know how many of you are hearing. Why do I not know it's not easy? Okay, I'll say this for the 14th, umpteenth time. 1 month ago, in my other apartment, this computer worked perfectly here. The only thing that changed, sorry for the growl, I've been so busy having lapel.
He can't let anything in chat go. He can't even finish the sentence he's making because someone fucking said something else in chat and he's just fucking, he's got to address it now. Watch. He's like, I want to tell you that last time I was at, oh, someone said, it's not clipping. It's like a processing error or something.
The lapel is
It's an artifact, like a compression artifact.
soundproof and the glass is not good. I had all of that in the other apartment. You guys listen. Use common sense here. This is what this show is all about. Common sense. Common sense tells me that when the internet was poor here, when I got here, T-Mobile said, I called them. I said I was getting 12, 15 up when I did a speed test at the other apartment. Now I'm getting 2.5, 3, sometimes late at night, maybe 15. And they said, well, you have the, I don't know what's called, the Supreme, the Daddy, whatever it is, internet package that we gave you. You had it sitting right there on that counter. The box ready for you to take it back. And they said, but you don't, that service isn't offered when you moved.
I would say it's like a noise gate issue, but even when he backed away from the mic and was he backed away and was kind of quiet like this, it picked that up fine.
There's not a tower close enough to that place for this T-Mobile Mac Daddy deal to work for you. You're charging $50 a month for something that you're not getting. I'm still trying to get them to reimburse me for that. So I went out and found another internet company that offered, and they came and they spent 3 hours installing the panel on the roof and everything. And now I'm getting 750 up, 750 down. And so I thought that's got to be what the problem was. That wasn't what the problem was. Now I'm still using the same computer that I was using 8.5 miles away. And all I did was just move from one part of town to another part.
Elementary. Now I'm confused how I say it.
Right. But I had to run an upgrade to OBS. OBS is the operating system that helps me stream. I'm trying to get in touch with the company that owns the AT, that builds the AT, called Blackmagic, to find out if I can stream without OBS and just get rid of it. I don't like it anyway. And I'm seeing tutorials that say you can. A10 Mini Pro's software doesn't offer a patch to YouTube and Twitch and Facebook and all these other places. It won't go to YouTube. Or there's no setting in there. So someone told me there's a way to still get into A10 Mini Pro, like an other or something like that. But there's a pathway you have to take, and you have to know that pathway. And there's no tutorials on YouTube about it because YouTube doesn't like teaching people how to use Rumble.
You just put in your RTMP address. Are you that dumb? You put in your URL and your key under other. When you ask what streaming service, you put in your RTMP, and it's got a URL and a password, and that's it. Actually, Rumble has a static one. I'm sure he's watching this. Rumble has a static live address, so you don't even have to update it for every new video. You put in your static one, you set up your new live stream to go live right now or whatever time or whatever, and set it up. Then you go to you hit OK and then hit OK on the next screen after you check your boxes or whatever. And then when you go live, it'll send it to your latest video. You just got to be careful that you make a new Rumble stream every time or it'll keep rewriting your last video.
Were you running this OBS? Okay, I didn't change a thing.
I would show you on my screen, but technically if I showed you my static server URL and stream key, you could stream to my channel.
I brought it all over here, and I set it all back up exactly the way it was. Same computers in the same place, same cables, everything, nothing changed, except my location.
The dynamic stream key or dynamic stream URL and stream key go to an individual video. Like this video is titled The Year of Audio Issues. That stream key only goes to this video I got set up. The static stream key goes to literally the latest video I have on Rumble. So like if I didn't change my Rumble video and went live again tomorrow, it would overwrite this video. It'd have the same title and everything. It would just override it and change the date to today.
It's not. Now, we did upgrade on software. And unfortunately, I didn't have a previous software saved from 2 months ago because I'd go back to that. Just go back and say, uninstall everything I installed that week. But I didn't have it saved because it was a new computer. It was working great. I even said on the show, I didn't want to update. Christina's the one who talked me into doing it. Update it in a way that will help you. Truth, I hear you. But I'm just giving you the answer. Trying to offer you some help. I spent 40 years.
It's about over. I promise, guys.
I have 16 gig RAM. That's enough to do this. I know that I could use a bigger computer. I've got 16 gig RAM. That's enough to do this. Worked fine at the other place. I should have 32, but I wouldn't let it.
It depends on what all you got. Like open browser windows are a gigantic RAM hog, especially if you're using Chrome. Firefox and is not as bad. Yeah, he's probably using Brave or something stupid.
Alex, the other day you had a great show. One day, I thought it was all fixed.
Like just setting here, I have. Go ahead, Bar. Hold on.
So I would like to go buy like a gaming computer. I don't game. It's got a fancy, video card. But the A10 Mini Pro has its own built-in video.
Isn't that what I said? Isn't that exactly what I said? That's weird. Dude, I've got 64 gigs of RAM. 64 gigs of RAM installed. And I'm using 60% of my RAM right now, which I do have a lot of background shit running that Bert wouldn't have. That's true. Right. But still.
It's supposed to be able to stream without it if I can figure out how to do it. And then that way I'll be able to limit the OBS and see if that was the problem. Best way to find out if the OBS is a problem is to not use it, see if the problem goes away. But right now I don't know that
And he's probably got single channel too, right? Mine's dual channel.
I don't know if I don't think any more clips. I think I'm going to bother you guys with it. I'm sorry. I wish that I got excited. I freaking phone call and said, I think I've got it working. I've got people that are expecting me to have a successful show.
That's right, Scooter. Tell him.
We're actually getting back on track. It's not happening. We got one donation. It's still counting. We got one donation tonight. I'm going to delete the show. Hang up here. I'm going to delete the show. Here you go.
You didn't delete it fast enough.
Want to help out? That's how you donate. Zelle, bert@bertlinks.com, or PayPal, bert@bertlinks.com. Obviously.
A tiny little wooden barrel of rum on a collar.
Yeah, sorry. If I sound aggravated, it's because I am. I'm not aggravated to you guys. So, I used to tell my girlfriend that all the time.
It just depends on, like, 16 gigs of RAM is nothing to, like, fuck. 8's probably the limit you want to run nowadays. 16 really being the limit if there's any way that you can afford it. But when you're streaming, you use a whole lot more. OBS uses a lot of RAM. And then if he's got a bunch of browser windows already open, because Bert says he opens all of his windows before his show starts, and he's got timestamps and this, that, and the other, whatever. If he's got a bunch of those open, that's a RAM hog. I considered not even using Chrome before because it uses so much RAM. But the trade-off just wasn't worth it for me, considering all the extensions and stuff I use in Chrome.
Why are you so mad at me? I'm not mad at you. I'm mad at the situation. Oh, she's probably watching. All right, guys, I'm sorry. I'm really sorry. And, I'm going to go and just kind of look at this and see if I can figure it out. I think we have a beer or two and calm down. Look at it. And I thank you all.
Yeah, right now, Google Chrome is using 11 times more of my RAM than OBS is.
Yes, thank you, buddy, for everything, especially sticking up for me in the room. It means a lot to me. And the rest of you that did that too, Linus, all of you. If I can, I'll come back on. I will. If I can come back, not tonight, but if I can come back on tomorrow night, I'll try. The Buccaneers.
If you can.
They're playing.
I would if I were you.
And tomorrow, if they got any shot at making it into the playoffs, I don't think they're winning the playoff game the way they're playing and the way they're coached. So tomorrow's probably just going to be the funeral for the season. It's probably going to be the end of it. We're probably not going to make the playoffs. We won 7 games out of 8, and then we lost 8 games out of 7. 7 games. We won 7 out of 8, I think. And then we lost 7 out of 8. Is that who we're playing tomorrow? Are we playing the Panthers? I think we are. And it's Saturday. Oh, yeah, it's the Panthers. Screw you. I love you, buddy. And then tomorrow, San Francisco is playing Seattle. That game is at 5. So anyway, it's I'm so sorry about the show, y'all. My haters are going to love it. Screw them. They love watching me not have a good day.
My haters love watching me.
In the room, I still have a good day.
They love it. Stupid haters.
Edith, all y'all. Snazzy's coming around. Yeah. I can't wait now for somebody to take all this and call me a dick. It's all right. All right, you guys. Love you. Give this a shot. I'll come back. I'll make it right somehow. Good night. I'm not going to play the exit music and all that stuff. It's not worth it.
I wouldn't.
Do this. And
yeah.
I was up
just
there,
get rid of it.
Balcony thing, looking at me, watching me. I was doing it for you. But, he's a damn show to get it right. All right. Let's see. Say good night. There you go.
Jesus Christ, Bert. He's a mess, dude. I don't know if he's ever going to figure it out. What do you think, chat? You think he'll figure it out? Maybe he'll call in one of his Illuminati guys now that he did the symbol. Who knows? He might have backup coming in tomorrow. All right, the thing I was going to show you about the copycats. Check. Here's what Nick Shirley has inspired. By the way, Nick Shirley, 100% a scammer. 100%. His parents are scammers. So they committed fraud.
What is up, guys? It's Angela, and we are here at the Luring Center in Minneapolis. In this video, I have a crazy new connection between the mayor of Minneapolis and the Somali daycare fraud. You're not going to want to miss this. This is a place that has received $4 million in federal funding, $1.9 million in the year of 2025 alone. You can see that they have the learning mistake covered, and when I was driving here, it's really cold and pretty icy, and so I pulled into this parking lot because I wasn't sure if there was going to be any street parking.
By the way, this isn't the only one. There's probably hundreds of copycats now.
They're parking down there, and I was immediately approached by a man who put on
Not to mention the death threats and everything else going on.
a mask and told me that this is for the child care parking only, yet here's a sign that says it is for some type of restaurant parking, which is weird because it makes me think there's another business operating out of here.
And believe me when I tell you that the other business operating out of there has some shady connections.
But when I went into the parking lot, it was incredibly full, so much so that some of the cars are blocking other cars that are here. Because
by the way, why is our administration making these gigantic decisions based on the word of a 23-year-old YouTuber? Like,
apparently the owner,
even if his video is accurate, don't you think they should like confirm some shit before they just cancel child care reimbursements nationwide? No?
Saying that when Nick Shirley was here, it wasn't their operational business hours, that they operate from 2 to 10, and right now it's 7, so apparently they are operating right now, and it seems like they have some people kind of surveilling the area. The other thing he did when I came and parked the car here was take a picture of me, which is a little bit weird, and then I just had some guy shout at me to leave them alone. He's also taking pictures of me. So here,
leave them alone.
The restaurant that was connected to the parking lot, it said that parking lot was for this restaurant. They're kind of watching the area and keeping an eye on who's around. Make sure you guys are subscribed. It's going to be an interesting time. All right, guys, so I just ordered some food here at this restaurant, and I am waiting for it to come out. And I told her that I parked in this parking lot and if that is okay. And she told me, yeah, that's fine. And I was like, are you sure? I'm blocking some cars. And she's like, oh yeah, no, it's fine. You're okay there. And people have been pointing out that they changed or covered their sign, and also people have been pointing out that they are licensed to operate during the day, but the day after Nick Shirley exposed them, suddenly they changed.
This is not true, okay? So what they're saying is, like, they changed their operating hours right after Nick Shirley exposed that they weren't open in the middle of the day and just made it this 2 to 10. The day that he was there was a note on the door. That note said their hours were 2 p.m. to 10 p.m. Now, on their Google page, people are claiming their hours were different. Maybe they never changed them. Maybe they had to change. Maybe Google auto-updated it. You know that you can go to a business on Google that doesn't have their hours and you can put it in for them. Just like leaving a review, you could put their hours up for them. But their hours are posted on their door. That's the piece of paper that he blurred out. While she's talking, people are coming in and out of this business. While she's talking about this not being true and no one being here, people are coming in and out of the business.
Their operating hours to be operating at night, and I mean, I'm just seeing adults coming out. It's 8 p.m. right now. It looks like there's some kids coming out now, so I'm not going to show the kids, but pretty strange that all of a sudden they began operating after locals noticed that nobody was ever here. So
Well, that's not true. Someone claimed that there was nobody there, but the news went there and they've seen security footage of plenty of kids there.
8 p.m. and they just had about 3.
They really are horrible people. You're right.
Into some van. It's pretty late because usually people work during the day.
One of Destiny's chat went there and took a picture of the hours. Yeah.
And so that's when they need daycare services.
Someone had a picture, like almost immediately after the video came out of that, because it was weird at first. I thought it was just a bokeh, like where a camera's focused on a person and then the backdrop just has like a blur to it, but it wasn't. because the rest of the door didn't have any bokeh on it in the video. It was literally he blurred out the note on the door.
And so other people are also wondering why they're paying the daycares instead of helping parents afford daycare. Also, legally, they're not even supposed.
That's what they're doing. So this dumb bitch doesn't even understand how it works, right? This is assistance. The parents prove that they're working full-time or going to school full-time or whatever, and they prove that they qualify under the income limit, and then they apply to the government. And the government says, okay, you're under the income threshold, you're working full-time, you got kids, they're enrolled, they're going here. Yes, we'll send out this subsidy. Why are they paying the daycare instead of helping parents afford daycare? What the fuck are you talking about? That's the entire thing.
The daycares instead of helping parents afford daycare. That's when they need daycare services. And so other people are also wondering.
Not every parent works day shift, you dumb bitch. But listen right here.
Why they're paying the daycares instead of helping parents afford daycare. Also,
why are they paying the daycares instead of helping parents afford daycare? Someone pointed out that no one's confirmed the money received number because you have to request them from each individual daycare. And if you remember Nick's video, he just showed up and this guy, Charles or whatever the fuck his name was just like, oh, this one gets this one gets this. And we asked him, how do you have this information? He's like, oh, I got friends in the Capitol that send me all this. You have to specifically request from the state each individual daycare to get the number that they received in this funding.
legally, they're not even supposed to be operating out of the hours from 6 a.m. to 6 p.m. So I am parked at this daycare center. It's so hilarious that there's... What is up, guys? It's Angela, and
I don't know what her YouTube channel is, but of course, here we are. Copycats on top of copycats on top of copycats. Just fucking ridiculous. We watched that one last night, didn't we? And that one. This was actually a really good one, so let's watch it again. Fucking Nick Shirley.
This is what happens when a real journalist meets a clickbait YouTuber.
Shirley's viral video, released over the weekend, in which he says he's uncovering tens of millions of dollars in fraud at Minneapolis daycares run by the Somali community, was retweeted by Elon Musk and Vice President J.D. Vance. In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares. He claims...
By the way, your president of the United States shared this. And the first comment under it says, here's a list of the news networks who have not covered Zoran Mamdani's Nazi salute. The New York Times, CNN, Washington Post, MSNBC, NPR, USA Today, Reuters, Axios, ABC News, every single one of them wrote stories on Elon Musk's salute. Do you get it yet? Again, what did I tell you? We saw the video. They are in no way, shape, or form the same. But they can screen grab this and say it is, right? They're being intentionally dumb. We know they're not the same. But the President of the United States posts this. So the state came out and said every daycare that Nick Shirley made a claim against, they had been to within the last 5 months. Every one of them. One of them as early as like 2 weeks ago. They'd been to every daycare he made a claim against within the last 5 months and found no irregularities in the children count. Right? They might have had violations or a safety latch or a door or a toy broken or whatever, but none of them had any type of irregularity in the head count of children. There's something wrong with Donald Trump, dude. He's broken. This building is fucking ugly. How beautiful of a building is this? Not my style, but I also wouldn't cover it in gold leaf and fringe, but whatever. Back to the video we were watching. That was a good one.
Claims are frauds. Did you come during their normal operating hours when you came to visit?
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside, and there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody to be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be unlocked. You shouldn't be.
I can guarantee you that there's some decent percentage of actual Trump supporters who also get a daycare stipend that didn't realize that they were campaigning against themselves. Like when they were screaming, yeah, stop the fraud, cut it off. And when they heard that Trump cut it off across the entire United States, they're like, hell yeah, get those fraudsters. And they're going to go to pay daycare and realize that they were being paid some of those funds. And they had no idea it was the same program. It's like when you ask them about the Affordable Care Act versus Obamacare, and they love one and hate the other one, obviously.
Just walk into a daycare.
Be a reception.
No, every daycare is locked.
Their doors are locked.
And so, okay, you bring up a fair point.
So let me get this straight. Your entire investigation consisted of showing up outside of operating hours at 11 a.m., finding locked doors, and declaring fraud?
Oh, wait. He sounds even dumber. Dr. J shared a video today.
Should I call the FBI? This is what happens when you learn investigative journalism.
This motherfucker went to Ukraine to talk about the war in Ukraine. He was taken to mass graves. He was taken to bombing sites. He was taken to a hospital, I think, that was bombed, in a school. He was taken around to see all the atrocities that Russia has blown up in Ukraine, and dead bodies and mass graves and shit, right? The first video he made about Ukraine, he was standing in Kiev, and he saw some luxury cars parked there, and he's like, this is where your tax dollars are going. We're going to play the video of him getting called out for it in a minute. Ukraine came to bat, like, against this motherfucker. They're like, you piece of shit. You disingenuous fuck.
From playing Among Us. Door locked equals sus equals fraud. Genius methodology.
Federal law enforcement hasn't done enough. I mean, they would say, look, these fraud cases have been going on, but they've already done like 80 indictments, and cases have been going on, for years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well, we showed you guys what was happening, and then you guys can go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming.
I said last night he should have never, ever talked to any other press besides like Fox News or like Steve Bannon or somebody that's going to play along with him, right? Any adversarial or anybody that questions him, he sounds like such a fucking retard. It sounds like you caught a toddler like fucking stealing a cookie or some shit. Well, what I would say is that, well, if you didn't want me to have that before lunch, then maybe they shouldn't be so easy to get off the counter. Like, what the fuck?
For years.
And why did I show up one day in Minnesota and go to all these daycares, no children, they're receiving millions of dollars. We uncovered nearly $110 million in fraud in one day.
How do you know that all the allegations that you're making are true?
How do I know that they're true? Well,
yes.
We showed you guys.
It's called astroturfing, right? They find something that fits their agenda, then all the major right-wing players with all the outreach all push it to the top.
What was happening?
It was like when that one guy from West Virginia, when his song went viral about I wish politicians would worry about minors instead of minors on an island somewhere or whatever. That guy.
Go ahead and make your own analysis.
We're coming so we can make our own analysis. Are you 100% sure you're true?
Yeah, I am 100% sure I'm true.
You can make your own analysis. That's your job. You're the one.
All right, let's go to this one. We've already seen that one. It is a good video, though. Dr. J shared this in Discord. It's pretty bad. I believe I've seen this podcaster here. I believe he's Ukrainian. I've seen him do stuff about Ukraine. And basically, see this point of view. You're in Ukraine and you realize where your taxes are going. Now, there's a bunch of nice luxury cars parked right here behind chat. And look at the face he's making. You realize where your taxes are going. So he's insinuating that the taxes that or the money that's being sent to Ukraine, which isn't even cash, right? It's like military equipment. But he's insinuating that it's cash, billions of dollars, and they're buying luxury cars with it. That's his insinuation. But he won't stand by that because he's a fucking bitch.
Nick Shirley came to Ukraine and made this video.
See the luxury cars? That's where your taxes are going. That's what he's saying.
And I'm talking about this right
And
now
he keeps making the faces, right?
because the
Like, I guess this is where all the billions of dollars are going to buy luxury cars.
vice president has literally just said that this guy
And he knows that isn't true. He was assigned someone to show him around to all these sites. Just wait, listen.
the best journalist in the world. But that doesn't quite add up, because when I confronted Nick about what he did here in Kyiv, he said what he was doing wasn't journalism, it was satire, and his entire reporting started to fall apart. Look at this.
Okay, so I spoke to your fixers, and they said that they took you to Bucha, where there are mass graves. They said that they took you to a hospital that was bombed. Having seen all of that, why is it that you decided for your first report to be about the luxury
Fixers, like handlers, like PR people that'll show you like the war, the impact, the stuff that's going on, and take you to places where you're still going to be safe, but you can do your reporting or video or whatever.
of Kyiv and Americans' tax dollars being wasted?
Yeah, it's a good question. Quite frankly, I'm still putting together the documentary I had. That was a clip I filmed just walking around while I was in Kyiv. And I do believe that here in the United States, there's a lot of misconceptions as far as where tax dollars are being sent. And
yeah, but the misconception is caused by you. Right? You just saw a nice car and said, this is where your tax dollars are going. That was your claim. I do believe there's a lot of misconception about where tax... Yeah, you're part of that.
We have the right to understand where things are going, and that by posting a video like that doesn't make me a pro-Russian by any means. By every mean, I'm very pro-Ukrainian.
Well, you're saying there's a lot of misconceptions about where the American tax dollars are going. Do you think you're adding to those misconceptions by showing a few luxury cars in the capital of this country and then pulling silly faces? Do you think you're actually...
What capital of a country do you think you could go to and not see some luxury cars?
adding to that?
I do not actually. I think a lot of the times and a lot of the things that we do see in the United States, I think there are a lot of misconceptions that we see from the United States. And by putting a video like that is just showing people that as the war is still going on, people are still living a somewhat normal life.
That's not what you said, right? You could have said, like, yes, the war's going on, but here in the capital, it seems like life is normal so far, right? You know? Right? Everything's going pretty, even though there's still air raid sirens, there's fucking missiles, there's drones, there's everything, even in the capital. He could have said that. He didn't. He said your tax dollars are going to these supercars.
There in Ukraine, and people have the right to see what's actually happening in Ukraine.
So why didn't you put that in the caption? Why did you just upload it with a caption saying this is where your tax dollars are going? Why didn't you add the context you're giving me now?
As far as what context?
Well, now you're basically telling me you uploaded that video because you wanted to show the world that life carries on as normal in Ukraine, but you didn't say that in the caption or the description of the video on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter that you uploaded. So why are you only giving me this context, and why didn't you include that in the tweets?
I have included that in the tweets as well, but in that first video I put, as you know how the internet works, a one-liner often goes a lot farther than paragraphs.
I have a dream. If my YouTube channel ever gets big enough to support something, or if I ever start doing like mechanical stuff, I want to buy maybe like a Porsche 911 or like a higher end sports car that's like completely fucking totaled. Maybe even like that's been on fire or underwater. I'm not a body person, but let's say it's been on fire or it's been underwater or flooded or something. I want to buy one and try to completely redo it and put it back together.
Yeah, but you made that one-liner.
Yeah, I know.
So you're saying I know how the internet works, but you're actually contributing to that.
As far as what?
So here's the caption you put up.
You said that tax dollars were going to these luxury cars. As far as what?
$175 billion goes a long way. This is the capital of Ukraine. You're giving me all this great context. Where's the context in that tweet?
Yeah, if you go look at all the other tweets I put out, there's a lot of context as well.
So
that was after you were attacked, right? Everybody came at you and said, what the fuck are you talking about, dude? Why are you telling people that these cars were bought with U.S. tax dollars? Do you have any evidence whatsoever?
Tracking, because you had a massive amount of backlash from Ukrainians, rightfully. But why didn't you put that in the original tweet?
Because that wasn't the idea of the original tweet.
What was the idea of the original tweet?
To show that what is happening in Ukraine, and to show that people are still living a somewhat normal life in certain areas such as Kyiv.
He knows that's not, he knows that's not true, right? Because if that was the goal, he would have said, I'm in the capital and it seems like life is normal, right? People are still driving, people are still going to work, the government's still functioning. He didn't. He said, when you're here and you realize where your tax dollars are going and then saw a nice car.
Well, I think what you were doing is to try and show that there maybe isn't a war in Ukraine. You were basically trying to ride this sort of Tim Pool grifter type way of saying, pulling silly faces, smirking at the people in the country, saying, this is where your tax dollars are going. You cannot avoid that. That is literally what you did. Everybody agrees. Everybody in the comments agrees. That's what you were doing. Why can't you admit that?
Because I do not believe by making satire on the internet commits a crime.
Satire? You're a Pulitzer Prize nominated by the vice president journalist. Satire? Well, you label it as satire.
By any means.
Okay, so this is a huge revelation. So you were actually doing satire?
In that post.
So it was satire?
Is there anything wrong with satire?
Okay, so you're telling me now that this was a joke and it's satire and this wasn't your actual reporting, this wasn't you being a journalist?
What do you mean?
Well, you were being satirical, right? You were joking. You're saying that this tweet was satire. The original report that you put out on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter was satire.
That was the first video I put out, and if you continue to follow me and watch the videos that will be coming out, you will very much see.
No, I've seen the backtracking, but why didn't you make it clear that it was satire?
Isn't that very obvious that it's clear that it's satire?
No, and just to
No. I mean, that's a pretty common running theme that MAGA believes all the tax money is just being spent on luxury items, right? They tried to say that fucking Zelensky had a yacht and he was building a ski resort and he's pocketing the money and all his generals have houses in California and luxury cars. And so, no, that's not clear.
recap on what Nick actually did here. He came to the Capitol, he pointed at some luxury cars, some cafes, people living their normal lives, and insinuated that there's no war, or that it's exaggerated, or that your American tax dollars are going on people's luxury cars in this country. And when this video went viral, I contacted his fixers, I found the exact people that brought him into this country, and they told me they showed him a bombed children's hospital, they took him to various aftermaths of missile strikes, of missile attacks, and he decided not to include it in any of his TikToks, in any of his reporting in Ukraine, because Nick came to Ukraine to make propaganda, to be provocative, to be a MAGA influencer. And that's fine, there's plenty of people like that on YouTube and TikTok, but when you come to a country where people are being bombed every single day, there are air raid sirens going off as I'm speaking.
He did get attacked for this from the people of Ukraine, but MAGA just repeated it and said, see, haha, they're stealing our tax dollars. We shouldn't send them any money. Fuck them.
Right now, then it crosses a line. And Nick has a very specific talent. He shows up somewhere, films a couple of streets, and announces he's cracked the whole story. No data, no depth.
Whatever the conspiracy is there, he just says it's true. He found proof of it, and then he's off to the next one.
Just vibes. And then we jump to Minneapolis. It's the same tactic.
Thank you for the follow.
Drop in, film selectively, inflame, provoke, declare victory, go viral, get retweets from the fucking president. And I just seen this clip of Nick being confronted by CNN.
In the video, Shirley tries to open locked doors and talk to people at various daycares he claims are frauds. Did you come during our...
I think one of the local news stations went to not this daycare, but like the next one he goes to where they told him to come back at like 2 p.m. And while they showed up unannounced and asked if they could have an interview, the owner, they called the owner come down like within like 5 minutes or something. She wasn't there. They went in and there was like 53 fucking kids in there. A place where he said there were no kids.
Normal operating hours when you came to visit.
I came at 11 a.m., I believe, and I also came the following day, later in the day. The point of it is not whether or not I came at the right time of their operation hours. The point is that blacked out doors, they can't give you any information. You call that number, no one answers. I wasn't trying to go inside. And there should be a way for somebody to actually be able to call that number and somebody to be able to answer. These aren't real businesses.
But surely you don't think a daycare should just be...
These aren't real businesses. They ought to sue the fuck out of him and his parents. These aren't real businesses.
Unlocked. You shouldn't be able to just walk into a daycare.
Be a reception.
So the scam that his parents did and his aunt and uncle is basically his uncle started a business that works for gyms. And what they do is they collect payment for gym memberships and they keep 6% and they send the rest of it to the gym. At some point during this thing they had going on, his uncle stopped sending the payments to the gyms and was just taking 100% of the payment and using it to fund his lifestyle. He then hired his wife, which would be Nick's aunt, Nick's mom, and Nick's dad. And none of them really worked for the company. But he began paying them salaries. He wasn't just sending any money to the gyms, his clients. He just quit sending them all the money. He was still collecting their payments, but didn't send them any money from the people who had gym memberships. He even paid his lawyer enough that his lawyer bought a new house. Like, it was really bad, and they all got fucking sued and caused the gym company that they worked for to declare bankruptcy and go out of business.
No,
destroyed that business while they were committing fraud.
Daycare is locked.
Their doors are locked. And so, okay, you bring up a fair point.
And it's pretty much exactly the same as my interview with him back here.
That was in the court case all happened in 2015.
And the reason I confronted Nick is because I know how a lot of these people work, how they think. When I was very young, I had right-wing views and surrounded myself with people just like Nick. And I saw exactly how they operate and exactly the kind of tactics they use. It's how I confronted Phidias and it's why I confronted Nick. But just to give you a full overview of how these people operate and to understand the tactics, it's basically provocation over accuracy. It's outrage over evidence.
But outrage causes clicks. That's why we can't just trust shit that pops up on the internet, right? People think that like virality is somehow associated with how true something is. We know that's not true. People want to believe stuff.
selective framing, weaponizing,
especially in the right-wing sphere, who are really good about finding something that kind of touches with their base, and then all these gigantic influencers are like, look, 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 look.
And then when you're challenged, claiming persecution, which is exactly what Nick did. When I confronted him, he said I was putting his family at risk.
For you to say that is very dangerous for my life and for the life of my family.
I think the people that are actually in danger right now, the people whose lives are in danger, are the people in this country from the Russians who are sharing your video. So good luck with that. So yeah, while Nick's trending right now for being the best journalist in the world, I think it's pretty important to look back at his roots and remember what he did here in Ukraine. But yeah, if you want to watch the full confrontation, I'll leave a link to it under this video. It's a pretty hard watch. It's pretty difficult, but it also shows you who Nick is. It gives you an insight into his character.
You guys want to watch the full video? Hold on. At least the full interview with Nick. We don't have to watch the
caption you put up. 100.
We don't have to watch the part where he talks to the fixers and shit.
$75 billion goes a long way. Oh, so that's backtracking. People in Ukraine are going. So you was and I have an exclusive interview with Nick to find out exactly why he did this. Well, let me know when you're good.
Yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so I spoke to your fixers and they said that they took you to Bucha, where there are mass graves. They said that they took you to a hospital that was bombed. Having seen all of that, why is it that you decided for your first report to be about the luxury of Kyiv and American tax dollars being wasted?
That's a good question. Quite frankly, I'm still putting together the documentary I had. That was a clip I filmed just walking around while I was in Kyiv. And I do believe that here in the United States, there's a lot of misconceptions as far as where tax...
He sounds like he's mentally handicapped. Like, there is no way I would ever have a conversation with this person. I would get so frustrated.
Dollars are being sent, and we have the right to understand where things are going. And that, by posting a video like that, doesn't make me a pro-Russian by any means. By every mean, I'm very pro-Ukrainian.
Well, you're saying there's a lot of misconceptions about where the American tax dollars are going. Do you think you're adding to those misconceptions by showing a few luxury cars in the capital of this country and then pulling silly faces? Do you think you're actually adding to that?
I do not, actually. I think a lot of the times and a lot of the things...
But people literally used your video to continue spreading that narrative
that we do see in the United States. I think there are a lot of misconceptions that we see from the United States, and by putting a video out like that is just showing people that as a war is still going on, people are still living a somewhat normal life there in Ukraine, and people have the right to see what's actually happening in Ukraine.
So why didn't you put that in the caption? Why did you just upload it with a
Not a single person would have called him out for shit if he'd have said, look, I've been here for 12 hours, and in the capital at least, it seems like life is normal. People are still going to work. People are, still riding public transit. People are still dropping their kids off at school.
This is where your tax dollars are going. Why didn't you add the context you're giving me now?
As far as what? Context?
Well, now you're basically telling me you uploaded that video because you wanted to show the world that life carries on as normal in Ukraine. But you didn't say that in the caption or the description of the video on TikTok, Instagram, or Twitter that you uploaded. So why are you only giving me this context, and why didn't you include that in tweets?
I have included that in the tweets as well. But in that first video I put, as you know how the internet works, a one-liner often goes a lot farther than paragraphs.
Yeah, but you made that one-liner.
Yeah, I know.
So you're saying I know how the internet works.
Dude, I've been watching videos. We'll talk about it in a second if you guys remind me after this video about the fire that happened at the nightclub. God damn, that was bad.
But you're actually contributing to that.
As far as what?
So here's the caption you put up. $175 billion goes a long way. This is the capital of Ukraine. You're giving me all this great context. Where's the context in that tweet?
Yeah, if you go look at all the other tweets I put out, there's a lot of context as well.
So that's backtracking because you had a massive amount of backlash from Ukrainians, rightfully. But why didn't you put that in the original tweet?
Because that wasn't the idea of the original tweet.
What was the idea of the original tweet?
To show that what's happening in Ukraine and to show that people are still living a somewhat normal life in certain areas such as Kyiv.
Well, I think what you were doing is to try and show that there maybe isn't a war in Ukraine. You were basically trying to ride this sort of Tim Pool grifter type way of saying, pulling silly faces, smirking at the people of this country, saying, this is where your tax dollars are going. You cannot avoid that. That is literally what you did. Everybody agrees. Everybody in the comments agrees. That's what you were doing. Why can't you admit that?
Because I do not believe that by making satire on the internet commits a crime by any means.
Okay, so this is a huge revelation. So you were actually doing satire.
So first, you framed this as reporting, and no one said you committed a crime. They're saying it's disgusting. You shouldn't have done it. But this is I'm not a criminal here.
That post.
So it was satire.
Is there anything wrong with satire?
Okay, so you're telling me now that this was a joke and it's satire and this wasn't your actual reporting. This wasn't you being a journalist.
What do you mean?
Well, you were being satirical, right? You were joking. You're saying that this tweet was satire. The original report that you put out on TikTok, Instagram, and Twitter was satire.
That was the first video I put out, and if you continue to follow me and watch the videos that will be coming out, you will very much see.
No, I've seen the backtracking, but why didn't you make it clear that it was satire?
Isn't that very obvious that it's clear that it's satire?
No, because it's been retweeted and amplified by pro-Russian accounts that are very serious accounts, and actually it's.
I don't even know who the
Yes, even Russia was retweeting his shit, which is crazy.
Okay, well, I can send you that information. Second point. So 2 days ago, Romy Bank commented on your Instagram video saying, "Go East Ukraine. That's the real Ukraine. It's beautiful and wild, but being bombed." And you replied saying, "I visited East Ukraine as well. I will show you in the coming days." Where did you go in East Ukraine?
I went to, isn't Bucha East Ukraine? Or I went somewhere where there was Bucha.
So Bucha is a 20-minute drive north of Kyiv. Where did you go in East Ukraine?
That's where I went to Bucha. Is that not east of Ukraine?
Oh, God. It makes me despair that you've come here, you don't even know the difference between East Ukraine and somewhere that's a 20-minute drive north of Kyiv, and you put out content that's genuinely extremely damaging. If you look at the comments on your TikTok, if you look at the comments on your Instagram, there are an incredible number of young people saying, "Oh, it looks like our money's being wasted. Oh, it looks like there's no war in Ukraine. Oh, it looks like Donald Trump was right." How do you feel when you read those comments? You have actually added to that.
East Ukraine would be closer to the front, right?
That discourse.
Well, I think we as Americans, we have the right to understand, and I think it might be a misconception on the American side as well, because if you lived in America, you'd see the news that we receive, and there's a lot of distrust going on with the Americans in the political
But you're saying, but you also said 5 minutes ago that the post you posted was satire. So were you trying to wake up Americans to the truth, or were you just doing satire? Which is it?
A bit of both.
Okay, so it's satire, but it's also the harsh reality of the war. I mean, those two things don't cross over.
That wasn't to show the harsh reality of the war. It was to show that there's still a normal life that is able to be had in Ukraine.
Why didn't you say that?
I have said that. One post does not define everything I did while I was in Ukraine.
I think one post that gets millions of views across all platforms pretty much defines your trip here. Do you understand why people in this country are pretty pissed off with you?
I do.
He doesn't even put up a good defense, right? It's just, oh, well, that was satire. Well, it wasn't satire. Well, that was just trying to show how life goes on. But it's also satire. Well, I corrected it after I got called out by thousands of accounts. I don't know who the Russians are that are retweeting me. I don't know why they would retweet it. Like,
understand, and I feel bad if that is the case, and I hope to fix my. I don't think it was necessary for me to go to the front lines, and the time that I was there, we did try to make it happen, and the two people that we did reach out to, we weren't able to coordinate with them to get me to go there.
Yeah, but you told Corey, my friend, that that you didn't want to go to those places, and that you said that, and then publicly you said you couldn't get accreditation to go to the front lines. That's why you didn't go. Why weren't you just honest and say that you were too scared to go to those places?
That's not the truth, because I did talk with people about potentially going there, and when I got there the first day in Ukraine, I was then informed that if I were even to want to go there, I would need to get a press release. I would have to get press credentials.
No,
so that was
not true. No. Corey told you that you could easily go to Kharkiv. I could go to Kharkiv tomorrow if I wanted to go. I've been there a million times. Why didn't you get on the train to go to Kharkiv? What were you worried about if there's no war going on?
It wasn't necessary for me to go to Kharkiv. There was a lot of stuff to document in my 3 days while I was.
Oh, it wasn't necessary, or that you couldn't go there? Like his shit doesn't even add up, right? He can't even keep the same lie.
Just in Ukraine.
Okay, well, it seems like all
Luke went to Ukraine.
Documented since you came to this country is the nice area of Kyiv, the nice cars in Kyiv, and you undermine the war. If you're genuinely sorry, you've just apologized for what you've done. You've also just said that it was satire and not real reporting.
That video was satire.
Yeah, okay, so why don't you delete that video? Because it's being misconstrued and it's being used by Russian propagandists. Why don't you delete it now? It's influencing hundreds of thousands of people all the time, putting people's lives in danger in this country.
If I were to delete it, it would. There's no point in deleting that video. The damage, if there has been damage, is already done.
Okay, well, at least you're acknowledging that the damage has been done and that it's been an incredibly damaging video. I know exactly what you were trying to do.
He's not saying the damage has been done. He's saying if there was damage done, it's already over with now.
You failed in doing it because you've received more backlash and more hate.
By the way, he blames this guy and saying he's making it dangerous for his family. This guy went to Ukraine and tried to pretend like there wasn't a war going on, and they're stealing billions of dollars from U.S. taxpayers, and we should cut off all the funding, is what he's implying, right? But then claims that people calling him out are putting him and his family in danger.
Poor, and I guess now you're backpedaling.
I wouldn't say that.
What would you say then?
Yeah, that dumb bitch, the Oklahoma student, she actually admitted that she had like 20 minutes before she was going out with her friends, that she didn't even really read the article. She just wrote what she felt and blah, blah, blah. Like, that dumb bitch.
Well, if you read people from Ukraine, you're obviously getting the Ukrainian comments. If you read people from America, they are obviously upset as well with what's going on.
How, do you think they have a right to be upset?
Yeah, we do actually.
How so?
Because there are millions of dollars, billions of dollars. People are here in the United States as well suffering. And when they see on the news that billions of dollars is getting spent in other countries where most people have never visited, people get upset. Imagine if your dollars, imagine if you made X amount of money and you paid X amount of money in taxes, and then you see that billions of dollars being sent to another country. It would make you upset.
Yeah, imagine if your brother had his hands tied behind his back in Bucha and was shot at the back of the head, and then some 25-year-old kid turns up a year later and says that none of it happened. How would you feel about that?
I didn't say that by any means, and you'll see that. So by you making
you insinuated that the crimes that have happened in this country are, a waste of American taxpayers' dollars to support, and that basically everything's fine in Kyiv. Like, look, you posted a video of people partying in the streets of Kyiv of nice cars, right? You're undermining the war. You're making it seem like there's nothing wrong happening in Ukraine. You're making it seem like this country is fine, right? That's what you were doing.
That's not true. If you follow me, you'll see the other videos I posted from Ukraine so far. I believe I've only posted 3 videos from Ukraine so far. If you go watch the full video I made on YouTube of me asking people about what they think about U.S. politics, that was one of the videos I wanted to go film there, and that is what I saw. And if you go read the comments in there, it's very interesting to read those comments as well from people both from America.
But it's so nice to hear all this context that you're giving me right now.
Well, if you were to show,
where is your film? Where is your film? Where is your original film? The first film that everyone has seen from you in this country is a film undermining the war. Where is the film? Where is
it coming out? You'll see it on Sunday.
Okay.
And for you to also go in on your platforms and not even acknowledge the other videos I've made or the other statements that were out before you released your video, it's very wrong of you to do as well.
I don't need to do that. I think it's very obvious who you are and what you're doing and what you've done to the reputation of Ukraine, and I don't think it needs any more context. Just like the fact you omitted context from your video.
But being a right, like if this is a left-wing grifter, it would destroy their credibility forever, right? Every time they put something out for the rest of their fucking lives, they would be like, oh, this is the guy that lied about Ukraine, right? It doesn't affect you at all. They found out Tim Pool was taking money from Russians to tell his audience that Ukraine was the biggest threat to America. And they showed up in solidarity to support him.
That was apparently satire under my war. I don't think I needed the context to include your input in the report I made about you.
Is there anything wrong with satire?
If it is 2 weeks or 2 months before an election in the US that is live or die for this country, and you are making it seem like there isn't a war here, there is something deeply wrong with what you did.
I do not believe so. And if anything...
well, you're morally bankrupt. Who you want?
I'm not morally bankrupt. And if anything, I'm curious, who do you think would be best for the United States or for Ukraine to win the election?
I'm not being interviewed by you right now. You're being interviewed by me.
I just asked you a question.
Yeah, but this isn't your show, so this isn't something I'm going to answer. And it doesn't really matter. None of this has actually got anything to do with what's happened. You have put out basically Russian propaganda, and I'm just trying to figure out whether you were paid by the Russians or whether you were just used by them.
I'm not. And for you to say that is very dangerous for my life and for the life of my family, so I would really appreciate if you would retract those claims because they are 100% false. I'm 100% independent.
He just asked him if you were funded by Russia or you just used by Russia. And he's like, those claims are scary for my family.
To say that is very dangerous for my life and for the life of my family, so I would really appreciate if you would retract those claims because they are 100% false. I'm 100% independent. I pay for everything on my own, and I have no ties with any...
His parents pay for everything.
Russian. Sure. I think the people that are actually in danger right now, the people whose lives are in danger, are the people in this country from the Russians who are sharing your video. So good luck with that.
That is very true, that there are many people's lives at stake in this war. Does need to end as soon as possible.
So it appears that Nick has basically said that it was satire, tried to backpedal, tried to apologize, but he refuses to take the video down. And I guess the views, the likes, and the monetization is just too alluring for him. So thank you for watching this video. I hope you enjoyed it, even though it was probably quite a tough watch. I'm here full-time in Ukraine as a journalist. I make reports every day about what is going on in this country. If you like it, please hit like and subscribe. And I'll see you tomorrow.
What a piece of shit, dude. I want to see what he did actually make about the Ukraine shit. It was before the election, so it's like over a year ago, right before the election. Open borders killed her daughter. MAGA at Trump's biggest rally inside the devastating hurricane. Oh, goddamn. FEMA ain't done nothing. If I'd have seen that motherfucker here, god damn it. 72 hours inside war-torn Ukraine. I know he got a bunch of backlash. Hopefully he did the right thing, and we're going to see him actually show like how destroyed it is, but you never know, right? He got so much hate on Twitter, mostly from Ukrainians. Russia amplified it, MAGA amplified it, Ukrainians came out of the woodworks.
I'm literally in what used to be a war zone here in Ukraine.
So the shockwave was so huge that I had this illusion that all of my teeth fell off. I personally, I see no ends to this wall at this point.
The sirens are going off. I'm here in the country of Ukraine, inside the city of Kyiv, and today I'm going to be showing you guys the reality of the ongoing war between Russia and Ukraine. In February of 2022, Vladimir Putin and the Russians invaded Ukraine, trying to overthrow the capital of Kyiv. And since then, the war has been nonstop, as hundreds of thousands of people have died and billions of dollars have been spent. And not just billions of dollars from Ukraine and Russia, however, the United States has also spent over $170 billion giving aid and supplies to the country of Ukraine to support them. And for the next 72 hours, I'll be going around Ukraine to show you what is going on with this ongoing war. I'll be visiting areas that have been bombed and cities and villages that the Russians once invaded, speaking with the locals and looking into where the $175 billion US tax dollars have been spent.
Looking into where it's been spent, of course. That's going to be the underlying theme here.
This is an inside look that very few outsiders of Ukraine have ever given nor risked their life to film. While in Ukraine, I gained a deep appreciation for the fragility of life and the heart.
I mean, like, I fucking personally hate him, but you can also understand why a young person would do this to become fucking internet famous and have the goddamn vice president of the United States retweeting him, Elon Musk retweeting him and blowing it up on his platform.
And the determination of the Ukrainians to finish and end this war. And just to get here inside the country of Ukraine, it was not easy. I started off in Poland at a bus stop, and I took a 19-hour-long bus ride into the city of Kyiv.
If me at 23, I might have done some shit like this. I mean, like, well, I'm just trying to show one side of this story.
And now I'm standing outside of this hospital. If you guys enjoy what I'm doing here,
I would like to think I wouldn't have, but I probably would have.
Please give this video a like and consider subscribing to the channel. And now I'm
I was a shitbag for a while.
Of this war, as I'm going to be starting here at this hospital that was recently bombed by the Russians. So a missile attack was launched on this hospital and killed over 30 people, and 100 people were injured. And the exterior, the tiles that held this building together, is now obviously destroyed from this missile attack that happened. All the windows are boarded up. This lady was here when the missile hit, and what was it like when the missile hit here at the hospital?
Був звичайний день, звичайно почали роботу, здається, я точно не пам'ятаю. Спочатку пролунала тривога.
Air defense went off.
Звуки ППО спрацювали.
Go to shelter.
Почали з завідуючою своїх колег говорити, потрібно йти в укриття, але вже не встигли в укриття вийти. Вийшли тільки лише наш колектив, встиг вийти на коридор, і це добре, що вийшли хоча б на коридор, тому що в нашому відділенні дуже лабораторія онкогематологічних досліджень постраждала.
And what would be your message to the rest of the world?
The children's hospital was hit.
Seeing this war from the outside as it's been going on for so long, what is the reality of the Ukraine-Russian war?
Я б хотіла, щоб світ
His mom does travel everywhere with him, yes.
не лише бачив і говорив про це, але щось і робив для цього, щоб
And when he's getting beaten in a debate, she jumps in.
агресора, щоб зупинити цю війну, щоб не гинули діти, не гинули наші близькі рідні, щоб не руйнувались наші міста, села.
Right, he did admit Russia invaded. It wasn't Ukraine's fault, and a more accurate number.
Щоб
Right.
наші землі не танки їздили, а вибачте, вже почалися жнива, і краще ми збирали хліб на своїй землі, а не міни. Вибачте.
And now we're going to head into the hospital, see what it looks like from the inside. The walls are destroyed. The ceilings have been also detached. Kind of feels like...
God damn, he just sounds like a 20, like the walls are destroyed. Yeah, that's a drop ceiling that you're looking at there. Like, he just sounds like he doesn't know what he's talking about. But I guess maybe some young kid, like people, young boys his age probably are interested in his content. But he just has no idea. Like, he didn't know what Eastern Ukraine was.
It's like a horror scene right here. Inside the hospital, a lot of the doors...
Kiev is not even central Ukraine, right? It's Western Ukraine. He went, 20 miles north of that, and it's like, isn't that in the east?
Are completely blown out. All the way from the 7th floor, the windows and the doors were blown out. And a lot of these children, when the bombing went off, they had IVs in their system, so they couldn't take them out underneath a shelter, so they had to bring them in here where they were farther away from the windows, because as you guys saw from outside, all the windows completely exploded. And as I'm talking, going around this building, I'm understanding the power of just one missile. I can't even imagine what it would be like to have 2, 3, 4, 5 missiles hit a building that you're at or a building near you, because it literally just explodes everything.
I would think he's autistic, to be honest with you.
Shockwaves destroy the windows and outside and interiors of everything. Even though this hospital was bombed just a few weeks ago, it is still in operation, and there are still hardworking doctors and nurses that are running this hospital. There are still kids that need to be cured and treated here inside these hospitals. This is the main hospital here in Kyiv. It's the main hospital for children in Kyiv, in Russia, for some reason, decided to bomb. I then went to meet with a man whose apartment was next to a building that was bombed 5 times by the Russians. What happened when this building was bombed?
5 missiles came within 30 seconds.
5 missiles in 30 seconds.
Yeah, absolutely.
We're less than 100 meters away from the building.
Exactly.
And what kind of impact did you guys feel here inside your apartment?
Like the whole building was shaking, man.
Did your guys' windows explode?
Yeah. This whole window went off. This one.
And why does Russia want to keep bombing this building?
Man, no idea. You'll tell me. I don't know.
What other effects do you guys feel from inside the home?
I mean, like, it was crazy, man. Like, when you feel like the whole building is shaking, you just stop thinking about, like, I don't know, anything. Because you just feel like kind of I should survive, and that's it.
And how do you guys feel about the Russians here in Ukraine?
We're Ukrainian, and like we stay here. I know a number of people who left Ukraine, but we're still here, and we keep doing our things. And
let's skip here. Is there a normal life in Ukraine? Let's see what this says.
Live and we...
Side of the building. It's a little bit weird. Everybody's just walking around, kind of, and it's just like almost normal here.
Relax, American. It's okay. You'll be fine.
Like, as I'm here in Kyiv, do I need to worry about bombings or missiles?
Well, not that much, because Kyiv has one of the best air defenses in the country. Like, for example, cities like Kharkiv or Zaporizhia. That's where you really need to...
Yes. We sent them that. That's part of that billions of dollars you're complaining about, is their air defense system. So they can have some sort of normalcy there.
low, but nobody does anyway. Because everybody's, it's like 2.5 years, everybody's used to it.
And later in this video, I'll be visiting one of the areas where the Russians initially invaded, and you can see the real impact in the trenches where the soldiers fought. In general, as a man here inside Ukraine, you cannot leave the country, correct?
In most cases, no. Like, you have to be father of 3 children, at least, or you have to be a single father. Like, mother is dead, or missing, or in jail.
In order to leave the country.
Then you can leave, like, no questions asked.
Say the Ukrainian military would call you tomorrow. Would you have to go to war?
Probably so. Like, yeah, I'll have to go through the training first. It usually takes around a month. But then, yeah, like, you have to go to war.
And so every day you have that worry that you could potentially go to war.
Try not to think about it.
What do you say most people just try not to think about it?
So he did his YouTube channel for a few years when he was in high school. I don't think he is homeschooled, even though he gives that vibe. And then right after he graduated high school, he took like 2 or 3 years off to do his Mormon missions or whatever they do.
I mean, it's not that bad. It's not like every military position is like fighting and gunfire. So you can be basically a truck driver, you can be a medic, you can be, how you call it, electronic warfare, which has like a huge branch in Ukrainian army because that's a new medium of the war. You can do a lot of stuff. If you play it smart, you don't have to be in a trench with a machine gun.
Around the city of Kyiv, you can find billboards just like this where they are soliciting 2 young men as they can become FPV pilots if they join armed forces here inside Ukraine. My friend has brought me to an area where there are thousands upon thousands of Ukrainian flags. And what do these flags represent?
Each flag represents a dead soldier. Like, if you pay attention, each flag has a name and a date when person demised.
So each one of these flags represents a soldier that went to war and that has died. And why do you think Russia has no mercy with this war?
Well, the propaganda machine that Putin started, so the project of invading to Ukraine.
He even learned about the propaganda machine there from them and still did his shit.
Probably in early 2000s, so they were preparing this shit for like 20 years. They're really good at 2 things, murdering civilians and propaganda.
When you say propaganda, is that just like advertisement that they put inside the country, or is that banners, stuff they teach in school?
It's everything. It's everything. The freedom of speech in Russia is basically non-existent. They use television.
I'm hoping that all the backlash that he took made him make a little bit better video, because while he was he put out these shorts and these little clips, and he was getting all this hate while he was editing this video to be released.
Social network.
So inside Russia, do they think the Ukrainians are on the wrong side?
Of course they do. Of course they do. But the thing is, like, being wrong with what? Being wrong with not being Russia.
And Russia just wants this land. They just want Ukraine.
They want more than that. They want our people so that they can grab the remains of the people and use them to fight NATO. So if Ukraine is not fighting Russia, it's going to fight NATO under the Russian rule.
So if Russia wins the war and they take over Ukraine, and then they convert all the people here in Ukraine to then take on NATO, which would mean
Latvia, Lithuania, those countries, that's where Ukrainians are going to be fighting against NATO.
And then from there, they will take in, then that's where you can see a potential World War III start.
Man, it's already started. What do you mean, potential? It's already started. It's here.
And do one of these flags represent one of your sons here?
Maybe I'm going to have to go somewhere and do a fucking video like this. See, kiss off.
And how old was your son when he got sent off to war? If your son were here today, what do you think his message would be to the Ukrainian people and the people of the world to understand what is happening here with this war?
Він любив Україну, любив життя, поважайте один одного і бережіть один одного.
What do you think the final result will be with this war? When do you think it will stop?
Тільки перемога. Заради цих всіх хлопців. Бо тут лежать самі найкращі хлопці. Самий світ нації, який хотів жити, відбудовувати, робити щось для нашої України. А його немає, бачите, це і це не всі хлопці. Це не всі хлопці тут. Це тільки маленька частинка. Мій син хотів дуже жити. Він дуже любив життя.
When you speak with a woman like this, it makes you realize just how this war is affecting so many people. And if you just walk around the city of Kyiv, it is very interesting because it feels so normal in many ways. People seem to be living as if a war wasn't even happening inside the country. The streets were clean, people were at bars, restaurants were open, and life seemed to be somewhat normal compared to what I was expecting to see. And I wanted to ask a few of the people here about how their lives have changed since the war started. Since the war has begun here in Ukraine, how's your daily life changed?
Well, I guess I feel more depressed. It's the 3rd year that we are in this war already. I see no end to this war at this point.
How's your guys' life changed?
I've become more paranoid, to be honest. The infrastructure damage.
What will happen if Ukraine stops receiving aid from other countries and other countries say, we're not going to keep funding Ukraine, we're not going to keep doing anything? What will happen to Ukraine?
We will keep fighting with, I don't know, forks and spoons, something like that. We will all go and fight just because we don't want to live under Russian regime. And why should we?
Would you guys rather live underneath Russian regime or die for freedom?
We will definitely die for freedom, because what's the point of living under Russian regime?
So people would rather fight for their freedom and die than live underneath the regime of a country like Russia?
Absolutely. Like, people would rather die. Of course, there are some people who remember Soviet Union and stuff like that, but it's different now. And all these people right now change their mind about Soviet past. They understand now that Ukrainian identity was pushed away and they couldn't think and they couldn't feel any freedom that they feel right now. So if they stop giving us weapons and stuff like that, some people will definitely leave the country, but those who will stay, they will fight until the end.
I've shown the impact of these bombs here inside Ukraine quite a bit in this video, but I'm still amazed just by how many buildings and how many lives have been affected by these bombings. And if you look at this building right here, obviously completely destroyed. And if you look at the Samsung building right here, the windows are also blown out. Then what happens to people when a bombing like this happens? Where do they get moved to, or what happens to their life?
So there is a process. Government usually offers them a temporary like housing, and then they usually offer compensation, either in money or like in the apartment. Like they provide the apartment for people to live in.
And we have been driving around here and you do see a lot of apartment complexes being built, and so will that be some of the buildings where these people get moved into?
Maybe, I think so. Why not?
And what do you think happens with all the money that these other countries are giving to Ukraine?
Well, first of all, it's some military aid. A lot of them go to economical losses.
I can't believe these idiots still think that, like, when they say we've given like $200 billion in aid, that they think it's cash. Like we're out there counting fucking $100 bills.
A lot of the money go to humanitarian needs.
It does seem like he doesn't understand empathy for anybody.
Definitely. I think maybe even like.
But I think so. There's like studies that show that like young males have a real problem with fucking sympathy and empathy until they reach a certain age. It's like brain development shit.
When people are losing their apartments because of the shellings, maybe those money from the Western partners go to those people who lost their home.
Since the Russian invasion began in 2022, the United States has given over $175 billion to Ukraine in aid and financial support, and has provided them more military equipment than any other country. And rightfully so, many people speculate where this money goes and wonder why their hard-earned tax dollars are going to a country they do not live in. The money and aid is designed to go towards three things: military, budget support, and humanitarian support. One thing I did notice that was a bit odd was that all around the perimeter of Kyiv, new apartments were being built everywhere, making me wonder if U.S. tax dollars are being spent on rebuilding and building up new infrastructure in Ukraine, while currently in the United States, rents and home prices are at all-time highs, and we currently have our own housing crisis in the United States currently. And now this is all speculation, but you never know these days. We left Kyiv and we went to
This is all speculation, but I think they're building all those new apartments with your tax dollars.
some of the small villages.
I have no data to support this. I just think that I saw a lot of apartments being built, and they've got a lot of money, so clearly those are connected.
Russia first launched their attack on Ukraine when they first started their invasion in 2022.
Was Russia's goal to come into these small villages, invade them, and then eventually make their way into Kyiv? Like to slowly progress into Kyiv that way, by taking over these small villages?
Yeah, because it's the only way for them to come from that side they were coming from. So if they could take this...
They tried to play it off like the Donetsk was like a civil war, and they had people there that were historically Russian living in that area, and they wanted to be Russian again. They were tired, and they were overthrowing their oppressors, the Ukrainians, that wouldn't let them be a Russian. They wouldn't let them speak Russian. They wouldn't let them teach Russian history. They wouldn't let them do this, and they want to be Russian. So Russia was sending in a small group to support those Russian people there because they believe that that's their people and they're helping them in their civil war. But that was all a lie from the get-go, right? That lasted like a fucking week. And even that group of people that were supposedly Russians living in Ukraine that believed they were part of Russia found out that was a lot of people that Russia sent in through the Wagner group to pretend to be those people.
Have easily gone to Kyiv.
It legit was man-to-man combat inside of these trenches right here. And right there's a shoe. I don't know if it's a soldier shoe or if it's just a shoe that's got left behind somehow. However, you can see the effects of the war here. As right here in the spot is either where Russians tried to fight to take over Ukraine or where Ukrainians fought for their freedom here inside this country as they try to stop the regime of Vladimir Putin. It's so real to be standing in a spot where these people were fighting. As you can see, the sandbags are right here. This is one of the trenches that they used to fight. We're walking around and you can see these villages that have been completely destroyed from this war. Were you here when the Russians came into the village?
He did a little bit better job than his other video.
Тут знаходилися, зразу самоліти полетіли, вони летіли самоліти, як на парад. Впереді один, потім два, ззаді три, вони як на парад. Вони сюди зібралися, я не знаю.
The next day at a rally, I met a lady who was actually held captive by the Russians in a town called Bucha.
And how long were you held captive for?
16 days.
16 days. During those 16 days, did you have contact with the outside world, or what was it like?
First, I think 7 days we have a little contact, but after when Russia was near our house, they check every house with the guns. It's like it was too much crazy. They read my phone, they read all my message. I don't know what they research, but I thank God they don't touch me, my family. But after they turned off all the mobile connection, light, electricity, everything was turned off. And after 6 months, I have problems with post-traumatic syndrome, unfortunately. And in this moment, it's another step because nobody understands you, and it's difficult to explain people what are your feelings. So only time can return you to life.
He's just standing there making face like I don't feel like he understands any of this.
That is the end of this video. If you enjoyed this video and you found it insightful, please give it a like and consider subscribing for more videos in the future. This is Nick, and I will be responding to your comments down below, and I'll see you next video.
Asking people in Ukraine who they would vote for was one of his videos. Who would you vote for in the U.S. election? I think he's gotten further and further right. That's where he went walking around to get the scammers that were selling, the fake handbags. Inside Muslim versus Christian battle growing in America. Socialism will destroy the West. America versus Islam. Migrants have taken Paris. Chill out, Lady Gaga. Full debate with D.C. protesters. Exposing how Democrats and Republicans are incapable of working together. Asking New Yorkers if they would vote for a communist. Portland continues to fall. Antifa plus fentanyl crisis. Guy's kind of a douche.
Колись жив кракен.
Oh, hold on. I had to put it over here.
Велике морське. Колись жив кракен. Велике морське чудовисько. Він завжди оберігав своїх і не дозволяв чужинцям шкодити. А у нього є маленькі помічники. Вупіки.
Вони літають навколо і завжди знають, кому потрібна допомога.
Ваш кракен від тих, хто любить вас і завжди дбає.
Як маленькі вупіки, вони поруч. Це подарунок від усього татового полку.
Вони воюють, щоб ви були спокійними. Вони знають, що
майбутнє великої України – це ти.
Єва, Єгорчику, привіт!
Привіт, тату!
Huh. That was pretty weird. That's creepy at first.
Колись жив кракен.
Yeah, that's creepy as fuck.
Велике морське чудовисько. Він завжди оберігав своїх і не дозволяв чужинцям шкодити.
А у нього є маленькі помічники.
Вупіки. Вони літають навколо і завжди знають, кому потрібна допомога.
Ваш кракен від тих, хто любить.
The back half of it isn't weird. I just don't understand this front half. That's kind of creepy.
Поруч. Це подарунок від усього татового полку.
Вони воюють, щоб ви були спокійними. Вони знають, що
майбутнє великої України – це ти.
Єва, Єгорчику, привіт!
This video's cool. I like this video without the kids. Repacking all the explosives. I like that one. That's like a promo, like a hop video. I know they decorated some of their drones. I saw some footage. They decorated some of their drones for Christmas. They put like garland and shit from them. That was pretty cool. Antifa lost the war. Portland continues to fall. Antifa is dismantled. Inside NYC ICE raid operation. Uncensored early NYC ICE raids. Member only. Chicago erupts. Protesters and ICE deploy on city. He's a piece of shit. I don't know what else to say. He's a piece of shit. That's basically it from me. There's something a little bit funnier. You guys know who Ben Palmer is? He's the guy that like makes fake Facebook pages and shit and trolls people. He's a funny comedian. He does it like as stand-up. He's a funny guy.
Somebody wanted to report a man that they suspected to be an illegal.
Let's see. I'll start it over.
I made a website for reporting illegal immigrants, and sometimes people end up on the website thinking that it's real. And somebody wanted to report a man that they suspected to be an illegal immigrant that lives in their neighborhood. So I reached out to see if I could help.
There is one person who comes, and he's non-speaking, non-English.
This is a lady. He made a fake ICE page, and this lady is trying to report her neighbor to ICE by calling him.
And he will come possibly, maybe you'll see him 2 weekends out of the month, and it's not even for a complete weekend. He'll come Saturday like a thief in the night at 10:30, 11:30 at night, and then leave Sunday, and he's gone.
Okay.
It's just very, very...
So clearly the guy works out of town or something. He's only there. He gets there like late Friday and gets to stay home the weekend, then he's gone all week.
While he is here, when he pulls into the driveway,
Yeah.
and the light's always on.
They're using electricity in the home.
Yes.
And
Yes.
and that is definitely suspicious.
Yes.
And they're also using the
light is-
driveway.
Right, and the light is
Yeah.
always lit in the garage. When he comes, the light stays on. We cannot see the basement section from our kitchen window. We can only see that there's a light lit, and that's the garage window that we can see the light lit.
Yeah.
So
and so just
whatever
not
he's
being
doing,
able to see what the resident is doing inside their own home, that's what raises the suspicions.
Exactly.
Is he able to see you in your home?
He can't look in our windows.
So he wouldn't know. He wouldn't know what you are doing in your home.
No.
From his home, which could actually make you to him suspicious.
Well, we don't hide from him. Will not speak to us. He ignores us. So when he comes and he sees us, he totally ignores us.
Okay.
And goes right inside.
Is there? Do you have a?
Maybe that's what you should do. Maybe you should just ignore him.
Feel seen?
No, not necessarily.
But by him, you have a need to feel seen by him, though.
Yes. Sometimes he will bring packages, and he will leave with different packages. He will leave with something else.
Do you use Amazon yourself?
Yes, I do.
Okay, so you've had different packages as well.
Mm-hmm.
He gets packages at his home. Who the fuck does that? And we can't see what he's doing in any of his home but his garage.
So he may deem that as, once again, he might look at you, says, I don't know what you're doing in your home. She's got different packages. She is actually suspicious.
Well, he actually doesn't see our packages unless he sees them, unless he drives by the front of our home.
So you can actually see more of what he's doing than he can see what you're doing.
We're not nosy. We're not going to go around the property, around the circumference or the diameter of the place and take a look at what's going on. We have never done that.
You would never. No, you would never do that. You would, however, report them to authorities to do that.
Well, if I feel something is suspicious going on, yes. Why would anyone in Florida buy a property and not live in it, not rent it out? That's suspicious in itself. We heard a very, very loud noise one night. My boyfriend we heard a very loud bang or smash or, whatever it was that he heard. And he didn't know what that was. First thing he thought of was, gee, I hope.
We heard a loud noise. And my boyfriend didn't know what it was. So the first thing we thought is, I hope our neighbor isn't cooking meth.
They're not running a meth lab. So.
People owning different homes and not always being in them 24/7, that raises a feeling of suspicion.
Well, certainly.
Probably millions of people who own different homes and may not be in them 24/7.
Well, that might be, but it raises suspicion with me. Why would you buy a $230,000 home and not?
She's kind of catching on, but not. And $230,000 home, that's not anything fucking crazy nowadays.
Live in it or not rent it out. Now let's be practical about it. Let's be logical.
I think that's great.
That in itself raises suspicion in me, because I don't know what this man is doing over there.
That's because you don't.
I don't know what that guy's doing in the privacy of his own home.
I'm going to peek in his windows to see. But
and again, she thinks she's talking to us because he's brown. She didn't call our local police, right? She didn't talk to the other neighbor. She didn't go ask this guy. He's brown. He's only there on the weekends. His garage light's on often. Us. Got to call him.
That's good.
I've always been that way. I'll be nice to my neighbors, and that's it.
It really does sound like you definitely mind your own business when you're not looking out the windows.
I prefer it that way. I prefer it that way.
So here's what we're going to do. We're going to conduct an investigation. We'd ask if you just don't look, don't bother, don't do anything. And as soon as we gather some more information, but I would just want to let you know it's going to be okay, and just be sure not to don't even look out the window.
No, certainly won't.
have some really great news about the individual that you called about.
Really?
Yeah, I was able to visit with him. And yeah, when I showed up, I actually he was listening to Michael Jackson, the song "Smooth Criminal." The Smooth Criminal. You aware of that song?
No, I don't think I'm familiar.
Oh, well, you've been struck by a smooth criminal.
Oh, okay.
So, anyways, I thought that was funny because we're actually investigating to see whether he is a criminal.
Right. Right.
But what we learned is that the reason he's listening to Michael Jackson is to further learn English. So he is, and we were able to check his documents. He's a non-criminal legal citizen, which that was great. We were able to ask some questions about the stuff that he does. I know you had some suspicions there. He does like electricity, so he's a human being.
So that's where that comes from when he requested electricity be whatever.
Yeah, he does like to use electricity, which is it's unique to him as a person. You know, he's a human being, and you know, some human beings like electricity, others don't, but he turns out he's one that does.
That makes sense.
And he does like to be able to see what he's doing because he does work. When he's in the home, he builds school parts for needy children, like rulers, school supplies, protractor, you know, calculators. And so, yeah, I know you did have some suspicions that he was running a meth lab.
That was something that was...
He's actually running a math lab.
My friend, when he thought he heard a loud bang come from next door.
Right. Well, good news is I could confirm that it's not a meth lab. It's actually a math lab.
I knew it was coming.
Yes, he's building rulers and school supplies for needy children and orphan children.
Needy orphans.
You know, it's a lot better than a meth lab. I was just thought you'd find some relief in that. You know, he is documented, and I think as an American citizen and a person who owns multiple homes in the United States, I think we should give him that right. And so we just like to ask that you just leave him be, and you know, just let him live his life.
We've never bothered him. We've not once bothered him.
Well, that's great.
Not once.
Oh, great.
Not once.
Great.
So I don't like being accused of bothering him.
Oh.
Like that.
Oh,
but
no.
I'd like to know what is his residence? Why does he come and go? He hasn't been here for a month.
Yeah, so...
1 month. And he owns the property.
Yes.
That's another concern.
So there are...
She's still trying to get him in trouble.
Nobody takes us seriously, you know. I tend not to believe anything you're telling me. I'm sorry, but I don't. I don't believe it.
So there are millions of people who own multiple homes in the United States, and he does happen to be one of those millions of people.
He's the owner?
Yes.
Then why did you have a physical? Why? Well, you know, I'm not even going to continue the conversation.
Someone in the background said, why does he have a Pennsylvania license plate? Because that's his second home, you dumb bitch.
Because it's hopeless. It's hopeless. I'm not happy. I'm not happy, and that's all there is to that. Where did you meet with him?
That's not the point. Where the property is listed to an owner in Florida.
Where did you meet with him?
Clearly, yes.
Where?
Florida.
Oh, that's just wonderful. That tells me a whole lot. You know, you've been absolutely no help to me whatsoever. Thanks for calling for nothing. Goodbye.
Calling her back. We'll get her once and for all.
Hello.
Hi.
God damn, this would be the perfect time to hit her up and say, we know you spoke with one of our ICE agents. This is just a survey to see if you were satisfied with the outcome.
This is from Illegal Immigrant Report. Just calling to follow up about our conversation last week.
Hi. Yeah.
Yeah. Just for quality assurance.
He's doing it.
You know, my boss is having me do
He's doing it.
Wanted to see if you were able to take a brief survey about your experience with us.
I don't know if I want to do that.
Okay, so actually that was the first question on the survey was from scale of 0 to 10, how likely you would be to do that.
Not likely.
Okay, so a 0?
Yeah.
She's still taking the survey?
Website for reporting illegal immigrants. And
She's still taking the survey. Jesus Christ. Check this out. So Pam Bondi, you've never seen a tweet deleted so fast. Pam Bondi comes out with this. This is a few days ago. It says, since day one, the Trump administration and his Department of Justice have been fighting to end the drug epidemic in our country. President Trump closed the border. DOJ agents have seized hundreds of millions of potentially lethal fentanyl doses. We are aggressively, and then it goes on. And then we have this chart, okay? We have, what do we have over here? We have national, Midwest, Northeast, Southwest, and we have this trend. 2016, and it is DODs per 100,000 population, drug overdoses. We have this chart in 2016. It starts going up, right? Then it starts going back down to 2020. Then we get this weird spike because a lot of people are home, obviously, during COVID. We have this weird spike in drug overdoses. Then we have this stability here, 23, 24, and then this downward trend, almost 25, not quite 25. And then we go up here and it says annual drug overdose deaths, DODs, rates by U.S. Census region from October 2015 to October of 2024. So everybody retweets this bitch and they're like, I'm sorry. Who was president in October of 2024? And this post is literally up for like an hour. Boom, gone. Pam Bondi tweeting out, praising Joe Biden. We love to see it, folks. We love to see it. If you can't beat them, join them, I guess. $14 hours ago, 11 hours ago. I think that's it, guys. People are reporting strikes in Venezuela. We'll probably cover that tomorrow, I guess. Sounds like it's happening. One more thing before you guys go. Check this out.
My name is Dee, and I'm a park ranger. Or I was a park ranger.
Support the show, losers. I got bills to pay. Christmas is over. You bought all your presents. We're in a new year. Your tax write-off season's coming up. Claim me as a dependent if you have to. Let's go.
People who lost their job back in February. Throughout this year, I've been watching everything that's been happening with our national parks. And I've been nervous, wondering if I was ever going to be able to be a park ranger again. If you know anything about applying for federal government jobs, USA Jobs is the website. Almost all federal government jobs are posted there, along with park ranger jobs. I have applied for probably hundreds of park ranger jobs throughout my years. It's a very small, somewhat difficult field to enter into. And I've recently seen some park ranger jobs posted on USA Jobs. And in seeing them, I've become so hopeful. Maybe things are going to get back to the way that they were. Maybe I'll be able to be a park ranger again. In the years that I've been applying for ranger jobs, it's been a pretty much standard formula. It asks you a question about how much experience you have in a certain thing relating to the park ranger field, and you tell them whether you've had a ton of experience or no experience, and you rate yourself. That's how it's always been for years. These new jobs are completely different. They're no longer park ranger related. There are now 4 fill-in-the-blank questions that you have to write.
They've changed the whole application process. Right. It used to be all this experience related to this. You rate it, different scales, how much experience you have in this, that, whatever. Now you have 4 fill-in-the-blank questions.
Mini essay about. What are these questions, you might ask? Well, let me read them to you. The first question, how has your commitment to the Constitution and the founding principles of the United States inspired you to pursue this role within the federal government?
Excuse me? She's trying to be a park ranger.
If you're wondering where this is going, let me read you the third question. How would you help advance the president's executive orders and policy priorities in this role? Identify 1 or 2 relevant executive orders or policy initiatives that are significant to you, and explain how you would help implement them if hired. There's nothing at all.
the president's agenda as a park ranger? Seems like you just want a friendly person that kind of implements the park rules, right? What was the park ranger's name on Yogi Bear? Like that guy.
About being
a picnic basket.
It's just prove your commitment to the government. Prove your commitment to the president. I know it might.
And they're essay style questions. It almost seems like Trump just wants to see who can praise him the most.
Be a park ranger application, but there's something wrong with this. I think it says so much more. My name is Dee, and I'm a park ranger.
Pretty fucking wild, huh? So it looks like we'll be covering Ranger Smith. Looks like we'll be covering the IMC on Twitter, just, you know, a bunch of fucking explosions. We'll be covering this tomorrow. I've got to go to bed tonight. It's almost 2 a.m. here, but Chinook spotted over the Capitol. We've got Caracas. It is the Carlota Air Base in Caracas. Seems like it's been hit. Multiple explosions reported. There's a bunch of smoke over it. Bombing in Caracas, Venezuela. Nicolas Maduro falls. Follow me to stay more informed. That was translated from Spanish. I don't know what the Nicolas Maduro falls means. Other than that's why we're attacking. Trump doesn't like Maduro. This looks like the high ground above it. It looks like there's strikes all over the city. Multiple places. Here. Hopefully a valid military target. The no wars president's doing such a good job. Yeah, they're breaking the institution. Oh, shit. Let me show you one more thing that doesn't have to do with this war. We'll probably be covering this tomorrow. Do you guys know who Trax NYC is? He's like this really cool, like jewelry dealer, and he does a bunch of giveaways and stuff. He's a funny guy. I learn a lot of stuff from his videos. Like he teaches you about gold and silver. Well, there has been quite the thing going on between him and another jewelry dealer. So this other jewelry dealer in the Diamond District in New York, that's where they're all at, has been using his name to sell things, claiming that he got it from, he's like selling bracelets and watches and shit, claiming that he got it from this guy. And this guy's known to do you a really good deal, like take care of you. Got a really good reputation. He does a bunch of giveaways, makes a lot of money, does a bunch of crazy things. So there's 4 videos to watch here. We'll start here.
So not only did these fucking people...
So that guy there that they just showed, the black guy, that's one of his clients. And he says that he was contacted by this other dealer and said, I have this Trax NYC piece. Do you want to buy it? Basically, using this guy's name to sell it a different piece.
This is shit, okay? Rip you off on this fucking thing. It turned out to be 9-carat gold, right? You had a...
They told him it was 14 karat. It ended up being 9-something carat. The diamonds are not the right carat weight.
Check. Yes. So they're going to be giving you $1,000 on top. Here's $22,000 for your.
So he paid $21,000 for that. This guy's refunding him, even though he didn't sell it. They used his name. He's refunding it, saying, "Here, I'll give you 22. I'm giving you an extra 1,000, and I'll get the money from them."
In trouble. These fucking bum motherfuckers, bro. You get people in this.
So this is clearly something he takes seriously. He's having his first crash out.
These people, stop being greedy pieces of fucking lying shit. So I'm Trax. I want this. Coming up with a fucking scheme every fucking time. Keep fucking scheming.
I'm glad I'm not making fun of him. I'm glad he's fucking standing on business. Fuck these people.
Oh! 9 fucking carat this, 2 carat that, this, that. Security what, bro? Fuck.
His own guy, somebody in his own shop yelled for security. He's like, security what, bro?
Bullshit, bro. Stop fucking.
It gets better. Just watch.
You gotta come up. I want my fucking money, motherfuckers, bro. I gave the money up. You want to be Trax NYC? Here's Trax NYC. Akai, garbage.
Akai, A-K-A-Y, Akai is the name of the other place.
You motherfuckers are garbage.
And he says they've been doing this for years. They've been peddling his name because he was the first one that's blown up so much, right? And they're using his name to make sales because they know the social media following is his.
So not only...
All right, so that's the start of it. Then we'll go to the next video.
So this is the receipt from this disgusting company that pretends
Akai Diamonds
to be me, says they're Trax MIC, sells my customer a bracelet, rips them off, and rips them off on the gold. Shit, they're saying it's 14 karat gold. Well, we're gonna test this bracelet right now. Start the test.
I like this guy a lot.
10 karat gold. So that they say
10 karat gold. They sold it to him as 14 karat.
they were Trax NYC.
Yeah, he tried to portray. He tried to sell one of your products. He said that he ran out.
Right.
One of your rings that you purchased.
Right. That we sell. So you came with a picture of Trax NYC.
Yep. I opened up the website for.
And then he said he ran out, even though he has nothing to fucking do with me other than to steal my fucking customers all day long. These rats have done this.
It gets better. Just keep watching. I promise.
And I tolerated it. And now they fucked him over on the carrot as well. Yo, Akai, you are fucking thieves, bro. The most disgusting.
It gives them 24 hours to make it right.
People you'll ever see in your life. It's 64 West 47th Street. Akai is the booth. We're gonna get our money back. $22,000 for me and for all the other customers they scammed. Pull up, we'll group together, we'll sue them, and we'll take their property. 64 West 47th Street. Don't let it slide. So this is the receipt from this.
All right, so then he gives them 24 hours, says I want my fucking money back. You got 24 hours. 24 hours passes, and we get this. That's him. This dude standing on fucking... He shows up at their fucking shit. Look at that. Look at that terror in that dude's face. Comes up beating on the fucking cat. Look at this dude. Beating on the fucking counter. This is the that I want. If I had a jewelry dealer, I can't afford jewelry. If I had a jewelry dealer, this would be my jewelry dealer.
Where's my fucking money, motherfucker? Where's my fucking money, bitch?
Max.
Where's my money?
Go talk to my lawyer, bro.
I got this fucking bracelet. Where's my fucking money? What are you gonna do, bitch?
He lifts this as if he's going to do something.
What are you fucking do?
Max.
Motherfucker, you say VVS, I3, 14 karat, and you're using my name, you bitch!
6447.
This guy's calling the cops.
Yeah, 6447. Thief! You fucking thief! Bitch!
Stop. Take it.
No! Get the fuck your hands off of me, bro! Take your fucking hands off of me, bro!
Calm down.
He did good, right? He's yelled, he screamed, he did his thing, but he didn't swing on nobody, right?
Yeah, bro.
Calm down. That's 47.
It gets better. I'm telling you, it gets better.
Money, bitch!
You're never gonna see that.
The guy, I don't know if you can hear that at the very end, but the guy says, you're never going to see that money. Listen.
You give me my money, bitch!
You're never gonna see that.
You're never going to see that in your life, is what he says. Then we get this video.
You little bitch! You fucking bitch!
That would have been it. That's assault right there. He could have beat this dude's ass. Spit right in his fucking face.
You little bitch! You fucking bitch!
You call me a criminal and then spits in his fucking face.
You little bitch! You fucking bitch!
Then runs. He spits in his face and fucking runs. Watch him backpedal. And this guy's going in the counter.
Little bitch! You fucking bitch!
Watch him run.
Fuck out of here.
Smacks a fucking security guard.
Oh, they wildin'.
Oh my God.
They grab him by his chain and start choking him.
Oh, they wildin'.
Oh,
Yeah, get that girl.
you're David, shouldn't you? Oh,
Then someone else hits it, though, with the other dealer guy. They're all in there. That's him in the red shirt, by the way.
In the end, they tried to kill me. Strangled me with my own chain.
Grabbed him by his fucking chain, tried choking him out.
This hospital, tracksnyc.com.
So that's the only videos we get from Tracks NYC, but that's not the only video we got, because this motherfucker's a goddamn boss, dude. A fucking boss. So Easy New York ends up with this video. Check this out. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. There's dealer number one. There's his brother, dealer number two, who was calling the cops. And who comes out last? Not that guy. Tracks. Dude, that's the coolest video that could fucking exist from this scenario. I love this guy even more. Like, I liked him because he teaches you stuff and he makes stuff. He goes out and tells people, like, guess the value of this. He gives away silver and gold and shit. I'd like to meet this guy. He seems like a cool guy. Fucking pieces of shit. That's the coolest video that could exist. And then him just walking out casual as fuck. And then he's outside signing autographs for people. Pretty sweet, huh? So go follow Trax, Trax, Trax NYC. Check him out. He's got a bunch of cool videos. I mean, some of it's clearly clickbait, like women with big tits and shit. I know he made a video calling out the goddamn, look at this, calling out these Nazis. So basically, he did a video with this Jewish guy talking about Ashkenazi gold bars. I'll show you the video.
2 million.
And all of his comments were like, he's keeping his eyes on you. Oh, look, dude is watching you like a hawk. Must be the Jew in him. He looked at you as if you had swapped real gold for fake gold. He doesn't trust, like everybody's talking shit about this guy being Jewish.
Of Ashkenazi gold right here, okay?
But Trax fucking stands up for him in this video.
I'm clipping this coin to teach you an Ashkenazi Jewish business lesson. So what's the lesson? Well, you clip off a little gold and then you sell the coin for full price is what you wish I would have said. I'm tired of teaching you about business.
Look, he calls them all out.
Comments like this. Instead of appreciating the heads up I've been giving you for 5 years, you want to call me a coin clipper? Well, guess what? These limited edition clipped coins are available on
He takes up for him.
15% below spot. Figure that out on your own. And mint condition bullion on bulliontradingllc.com. So what's the lesson? I used your hatred and stupidity to benefit my business the Ashkenazi Jewish way. So I hope you enjoyed that.
I don't think he probably didn't force them to pay his money. They probably got arrested for assault, but he'll make more money than what he just paid off in deals and views and shit on that video. That video is going to go fucking viral as shit. We just happened to catch it. It happened today. But that video is going to be all over the goddamn internet. His crash out, him confronting them trying to fucking choke him out. He'll make more than that off of it.
Ashkenazi business lesson, and you could sit here. So I hope you enjoyed that Ashkenazi business lesson, and you could sit here and learn how money works. I'm clipping this.
I think it's cool he took up for his friend that everybody come out and fucking, they're like, oh, those are the people that clip the coins and do this, and that's the fucking Jews and blah, blah, blah. He's a good dude. Anyways, thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. Support the show. The mods have the link. It's just quick tools, blah, blah, blah. Make a donation, leave a message. We'll read it live on air. Help us pay the bills around here, and I'll see everybody on the next one. Have a good night. I stayed way over. It's after 2 a.m. Thank you guys for joining us. Thank you for being here. I'll see you on the next one. Love you. See you. Bye. Check out Trax NYC. They make a bunch of cool pieces, too. They make a lot of celebrity, like rapper pieces and celebrity pieces. It's really cool if you're interested in any of that.
On this planet, by name and tell them exactly who they are and telling the rest of the world who they are. You don't have the forking balls. You don't have the balls.
Okay, Scott.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Listen off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
And they say that I'm a lunatic. Well, listen, bitch, I came equipped with a quick wit and a 6th sense for the stupid shit. Where my true believer? Y'all need Jesus. Praise the Lord, head to the extreme. All these false fucking prophets who profit off of gossip. Worshipping drums, cocking, begging for a throat deposit. Swinging fucking meat hammers like fool in a thong. He's strapped to the shaft, eating his chest like he's King Kong. Starving for attention, I'ma make your gut burst. I'll be your huckleberry, I can quench that thirst. Baby eating lizard people, alien sex. What's next? Trump in a dress, fucking Flynn on his desk. A retard in a vest, climbing up 5G towers. Cause you told him if he did, he'd get fucking superpowers.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
I used to find clues too when I was high on shrooms. I found myself a tunnel that led to Jason Q's bedroom. Open his closet, I found some of his meat rockets. I strapped it to my shoes and then I flew through the roof. I found myself in orbit strapped to an F-16. High on amphetamine with Trump in between. Put on a light coat of baby oil and saluted the troops. He tapped me on the shoulder and said, "This is gonna be it." Whoa, wait. Stop. What? I'll get my files. What are you doing? It's it. Stop. Hold on. Fucking stop. Dude, come on. Seriously. This is an alcoholic. Give me a... Oh, my God. Damn it.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
Round 3. Down goes Nino. Please say it isn't so. Got him backed up on the ropes, trying to ram it down his throat. Now things are getting rocking. He was doing so well. It's all over. Hands on his shoulders, they ringing his bell. You got Frog News Network doing no damn research. They be working copy on cocks that came first. 9th inning, 2nd string, and they acting like they know hitters. Assholes throwing bullshit, sending runs to the shitter. All this nonsense on my conscience, it's hard to sleep at night. Who the fuck is in my window with this time of the night? These parasites, these leeches, with all their secret meetings, teaching all you fucking cretins about baby eating heathens. Believing in reasons with no meaning is bullshit. Will Bird motherfuckers out here busting the grifts.
Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet. Here we go, I think I started some shit. Piss them off, it's about to get lit. Get the place in the best, you know that stage is set. You better buckle up, cause you ain't seen none yet.
You don't have those guts.
Good night, guys.
You're a pussy wearing aviator glasses in your mother's basement.
Thanks, big girl.
Don't even give